Jay had to start his off day right with a good little Starbies. Shout out to my white girls. It's that decaf. 4 shots of hazelnut, 3 caramel brulees, and then some caramel drizzle. GLD. This right here go crazy, fellas. Hey, we were talking about hustle harder, hustle smarter. Surprisingly enough, this is my favorite rapper. This was a great read.
Exceptional book. A lot of people sent in some good questions. I also told them to send their numbers in. We could make a couple phone calls.
But I love phone calls.
But this is definitely a good book bag. Now, before we dive into the book bag, you hear what's been going on at ESPN?
Oh, brother, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Oh my, I love to see. Oh my gosh, that Joy Taylor. Oh my, I love it.
You know about Joy?
Hell yeah, I know about Joy. That little pressure. I know about her for years.
I don't watch ESPN, so I'm not even familiar with.
Well, she's not on ESPN. She's on Fox. But yeah, she go crazy on GOD. First time I saw her, I was like, ooh, cute little light skin.
You brought some talent.
And the thing is, I watched her a couple times, and she's actually talented. Like, she.
We've heard.
Yeah, on and off the court. On and off air, she's talented. But it's like, she know how to play her role. I ain't gonna lie. She hard. She hard. And you feel me? Yeah, I heard she wet. I heard her shit slippery. Her shit sticky. So I ain't mad at it. It says on here, hustle harder, hustle smarter. She doing the hustle smarter part.
My mama, she is hustling. And she's working hard too, though. I heard she didn't knock the couple niggas out there.
Come on, yeah.
Mama, she doing it.
But one thing that her perception on, because she has a podcast with some girl.
She tried to create the perception that she's an honest woman.
Like an alpha male. Like she's above all that kind of, I'm not trying to bend over backwards and.
But I'm be the biggest. I remember the first girl I've experienced like that, like on some real feminist.
Yeah.
Like she was so submissive and such a in private, but in public, she was the type of girl who would post those type of boss girl type posts.
Yeah.
Don't let a man tell you that. Like, she was one of those, but in private, she was so submissive and just like, it was like, it's like she lived a double life. Like, real talk. Like, I'm looking at this girl like, why are you acting like that on the internet? That's not who you are.
Or maybe she just like that for the right guy.
They all are, but it's just comedic to see that in real life. Like, a girl who acts like that has this public persona, but then in private, it's like, shut up.
Yeah. But maybe on top of that is like she did that to gain an audience. I'm gonna push this whole alpha male movement. I'm gonna get that niche that's into that. I'm gonna get the women on my side of that. They gonna tune in, but privately, you feel me? Now it's making it look like I'm standing on 10 toes on this alpha male.
It's good business.
Yeah.
I mean, Beyonce said it best. You know, all the single ladies. Well, she's married. Like, it's good business.
You screaming single ladies and you married to a billionaire?
It's good business. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Cardi B, all these girls. I mean, she ain't with her man no more, but it's like all these girls make this certain type of music.
Yeah.
But in private, they know they wrong. So, you know, just understanding the game
public
of life.
is falling for it.
It's all just, once you understand, it's the entertainment industry. So,
and I love being entertained.
It's the entertainment industry.
And another thing that happened, I ain't gonna lie, this put me in a crossroads, brother. This put me in a crossroads. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know who to believe. But Drake and LeBron.
What about him?
I had to pick a side. Brother, I'm LeBron's side. GOD, nigga, you can't diss my GOAT. Out of pocket, out of bounds. Nigga, you better stay your ass in that studio, in that booth.
I didn't hear what happened.
Nigga, Drake dropped a song talking about it. And you know, Jay choose sides. I pick sides on GOD. I ain't playing both sides of the fence. I choose sides. I stand on the line and I'm clear across from it.
You on straddle the fence?
Like, them niggas on that side. So
you Team Kendrick now? Because LeBron's on Team Kendrick.
No. I'm not Team Kendrick.
Sound like you straddling.
No. I'm not Team Kendrick. But it's like, I'm really not mad at Drake for saying what he said, because it's like, bro, if that were me on the other side of the foot, I'd be hot too.
The thing with the internet and all this type of stuff is you don't really know people's relationships and what's going on. So it's very easy to just assume this or assume that or assume he's right and he's wrong. It's all perception. It's all shadows. You don't know the truth. And so it's like, nigga, with us being people seen us for years. We're making good content for years. We're great friends, this and that. Let's just say out of nowhere, somebody disses you. I'm on his side. I just look like the bad guy, perception. But let's just say hypothetically, you did some grimy shit.
Yeah.
Let's just say I caught you trying to get with my girl.
Yeah.
Now, but the people don't know that. So all they see is me on this side, and they go, why is Zeb doing that? You see what I'm saying? But people don't know, like, all it takes is one disrespect to change a whole relationship. Now, the audience don't know the details. All they see is, LeBron, that's supposed to be your best friend. That's your friend. You did podcasts and you did this. Why are you singing the song that's calling him this? So it's easy to just pick sides and go, he's right or he's wrong. Yeah. You don't know the truth. You don't know the story. You don't know the details. You don't know, nigga. You don't know nothing. It's all just perception. That's why it gets deep. But it's like all it takes is one level of disrespect. Nigga could be friends for years, and one major violation of respect can ruin the whole friendship. So it's like niggas don't know what's going on and what's this and what's that. And so it's easy to just assume, oh, he's in the right, he's in the wrong. But then when you hear information change the situation, when you hear, oh, he did that, I see why LeBron did that. Oh, he did that, I see why he did that. It starts to make sense as to why. That's why I just take it as entertainment. I don't pick sides. I'm not in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I just like to spectate. Yeah. But I don't, nigga. I don't know none of these niggas. I don't. And then going back to, like I say, now I know it's like, bro, you don't know niggas' character. Some niggas but this goes back to that respect. It's like some niggas be disrespectful, this or that. Like you don't know who a nigga is. You could be siding with a nigga and it's like, brother, if he met you on the street, he'd disrespect you. He'd care nothing about you. He'd try to knock your. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't fuck with none of these niggas. I fuck with their music. I fuck with him as an athlete. Yeah. But other than that, it's like, bro, I don't know none of these niggas. I could care less. But I understand it's good entertainment. It's definitely good for business. You know what I'm saying?
And business is booming.
Business is booming. I'm interested to hear, it's a song out right now? The Drake shit?
Listen to it. It's only 2 minutes.
My mama, this nigga going crazy.
Talking.
I like niggas is going crazy. I like good music.
And see, that's the thing that would make somebody feel like, oh, they checking up on my kid, like they
it's genuine.
It's genuine on a human to human. So it's like,
but that's why, brother, this shit gets so deep, especially in the entertainment industry. Yeah, these niggas is all loyal to the bag, to the views. But
then it's like, man, let's use this example. How does LeGoat benefit from this?
What you talking
about? There's no money. There's no views in basically co-signing that song. You like the song that much, or maybe some behind the scenes happening. You just want to co-sign.
There's levels to it. It's like some people too, and everybody just knows they have experienced it, even if it's on smaller levels. It's like you'll have frenemies. You have niggas who's close, envy comes from people close to you. It don't come from people from a distance. It's all proximity. The people, that's why typically the people who are going to support you the most are strangers, people who don't know you. The people who know you the most are typically the ones who, they want to see you do good as long as they're also doing good with you, or as long as they're with you on that ride. Okay. The moment you're doing good without them, that's when the envy comes. So then you'll have situations where you'll have people who act like homies, this and that, but then they're happy to see you lose. They're happy to, and this is where that passive aggressiveness, this is where the little niggas be doing like little sneak disses. People do little shit all the time where it's like a nigga will diss you, and niggas will indirectly try to bring attention to it. I seen it was some celebrity. It was a girl, but she was like on IG Live. And long story short, it's like it was her and like two girls. But long story short, one of the comments was like talking shit about one of the girls in the video. And one of the girls brought attention to it. It's like, oh, she said blah, blah, blah. It's like, nigga, that's some sneak diss and hater shit. The nigga's talking shit about Jay, and I'm gonna draw attention to it. Yeah. It's like with the comments. Hella people on the Patreon sending comments. If one of the comments is niggas talking shit, why would I bring attention to it? Oh, Jay, they said blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That's some hater shit. It's like, nigga, a nigga who's looking out for your best interest ain't gonna try to draw attention to something that is making you look bad or disrespectful to you. So it might be on that type. We don't know. Like I said, we don't know these niggas, they situations, but it's like sometimes niggas is acting friendly, this and that, but they really got envy. They really don't like the fact that you're one of the GOATs and he's one of the GOATs. It's like, oh, this is his moment where he's getting, he's going downhill. Sometimes a nigga will, let me bump this music. Or just niggas have inner resentment from a situation some you did years ago, or some you did at this moment, or he liked that picture. Like I said, it's just niggas don't know the details, but this shit gets so deep. But this so far, I'm liking what I'm hearing. I like good music.
It's definitely a great song.
I like bars. I like good music. I like good art. So it's like I'm 100% nigga. I like good music. I like good music.
Did you pick a side?
No. I'm just an audience member looking. I go, that was hard.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, you watching football. I don't care who wins. I like that play.
Yeah.
I like, you know what I'm saying? Hard. I don't want to see him get injured, but that was a good hit stick. You know what I'm saying? Or that was a good pass. That was a good touchdown. Like, he's scoring right now. That's it. I don't care who wins, but he's scoring. Like, this is good. This is good content. I like that. It was good music. But yeah, that is something that I've always been conscious of when it comes to working with other creators. This and that. Like I say, is like niggas could just lie. It's all just perception. If this person got enough followers and a fan base, they'll just believe what he got to say over you. Yeah. It's not about the truth. It's about perception. Training Day. Classic. You seen that movie, Denzel? Classic. You've seen it, right?
Yeah. Multiple times.
That nigga said, what'd he say? He's like, it's not about what you know, it's what you can prove.
Roger.
It's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove in the court of law. Like, it's all just a game of perception. It's not about, nigga, the truth. It's about perception.
And it talks about that in this book, Perception.
Oh, my. This is a powerful book. This is, honestly, I would say, one of my biggest recommendations as far as books for the people at home.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple reasons. It's an easy read.
Yeah.
A lot of good game. And the way it's even written, not only is it easy in the sense that it's not complicated language, it don't got complicated words, but also just the storyline, the storytelling, it's very digestible in the way it's written. A lot of it's using his life as examples, and it has, you know, somebody who's a big just an icon in the industry. Mm-hmm. So somebody that, you know, a lot of people like his music, like his work when it comes to TV shows. He's conquered in a lot of different arenas of life. And so that also, I think, for just an average person who doesn't necessarily read a lot, it can make someone more interested in reading compared to like a Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. It's like a random author, random stuff. This is somebody you probably heard of 50 Cent. You probably seen some of his movies or something, listen to his music. So it can hook you. It can make you more interested. So he's already, that's the bait. And then the content within itself will keep your attention just hooked. Great book. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I think I got 2 chapters left, but I got through the first 7 chapters, but this is hard.
I ain't gonna lie. That last chapter, I ain't gonna lie.
Hard?
You should read that last chapter.
Oh, I'm gonna read it for sure. For sure.
He was saying the couple's just like, ooh, that nigga's sick.
Yeah. What was he talking about? Well, we could get to it, but
it's called The Entitlement Trap.
Oh my God. Real talk. Real talk. That's a big trap. I think that right there is what ruins so many
relationships.
Yeah. It shit, it gets deep. But powerful book. Yeah. Now, is there anything else we should touch on before we dive into this book bag?
What else been happening?
We could also, kind of like we did 48 Laws of Power, do a couple chapters, couple questions.
Couple
chapters, couple questions.
I like that.
But
great idea.
Anything you want to touch on before we get into this book bag?
Nah, those were the main 2 things that I wanted to. Those sparked an interest in my brain. That Joy Taylor, I ain't gonna lie, she goes so crazy. How do you feel about that move? Because I ain't gonna lie, there's so many different perspectives and so many ways that you can take the angle. Is like
go ahead, brother.
There's so many different angles that you could take it to where it's like, okay, let's say she did what she did in the bedroom, but let's say she didn't get the promotion. How would she have? Would she have yelled?
Oh yeah, she would have. I think she said that in the court. I don't know what she would have did, but I think that was said in the court document. That was like a big deal. Controversy is like she was gonna, if shit went south, she was gonna play that card.
Leverage.
Real talk.
Like I ain't gonna lie, that really playing chess, and that's why it's like, bruh, we talked about in past pods, dabbling into the opposite sex in the work field.
Yeah.
Is it smart? It might be fun, but somebody can create leverage in that work environment.
Dangerous game. My thing when it comes to this, see, it reminds me of the hoeing. And we talk about the pimping, the hoeing, a lot of this shit. We don't necessarily, we obviously don't advocate literal pimping and hoeing. But the way I look at shit, and it applies to this, but it's like, if you value something, you would never give it away for free. If you value your phone, I would never just give my phone away for free.
Yeah.
I would never just give somebody my house for free. I would never just give my car away for free because I value these things. If you value your body, if you value yourself, why are you giving it away for free? You're giving it to all these dudes for free. And so the ultimate, this is why, and this is ultimately what the pimping does, is that he educates a woman on how to basically leverage her product, leverage herself. And it's like, if you value something, why are you giving it away for free? Now, if you're not going, like I say, maybe you want love. Now there's no price to that. If you want love, then you might be giving it away for commitment, or you're giving it away for love. But you should always still set a price to it. If you value anything, this is just where, nigga, it's just a logical element. But it's like, anybody that's not game goofy knows I don't just give shit away for free. If I'm doing it, it comes with something. If I'm giving a my attention, she's typically romantically involved, or at least she's showing interest in being romantically involved.
You got something coming in on the back end. Something's
coming in, or at least that's you know what I'm saying? Boom. So on the same side as far as for a girl, it's like, okay, if you're not looking for love, you've been heartbroken, you're just like love relationships, then it's like, I understand the nigga, okay, get a bag.
Yeah.
The gold digger route, the nigga, get something for your box. Get something for your sexuality, because it's valuable. But in the love department, like I say, there's no price on that. You can't put a price tag on that. So in that regard, but you're still putting some type of price on it. So the price might not be monetary. It's not, it doesn't cost money to get the, but it might cost, he got to commit to you to get the, this is where the quote unquote good girl, you got to get put in a relationship before I give you the box. Or you got to at least show interest. You got to take me on multiple dates. I gotta feel as if you're invested before I give you the. So I think a lot of girls, they put no value on they got no proper management. Yeah. And so they're just giving it away for free. They're just giving it away to anybody. They're not requiring love to get the. They're not requiring no money to get the. They're literally just, nigga, they're fucking up the stock market. They're just giving this shit away for free. Which for niggas like us is lovely. Like, I love free. Give it like no problem. But it just shows how game goofy bitches is, and that's ultimately what the pimping does, is that he laces a bitch up with game. Put a price tag on your, even if it's not a literal monetary price tag. Nigga better give you love if you giving him your body. A nigga better give you commitment, provide, protect. He better be giving you, and that's typically, even if you're a father, that's typically the kind of the game you're giving a girl is, oh, get marriage, get something serious. Make sure you're not just a one night stand. It's ultimately the same principle, which is put a price tag on it.
Yeah. Now, would you say that would be the exchange for dudes like us? Okay, we get the box. Okay, now she gets an experience with somebody that she's looked up to, or she admires that their content that they're posting. She gets that experience. That's the exchange.
Well, yeah, and it's like, it really is, it's all situational. Like, different people, some bitches might want just that, oh, he's a YouTuber that I watch. Yeah. Some might want, I love his game. I love his knowledge. I like just picking his brain. I like just spending time with him. Yeah. I like his charm, his presence, his charisma. I like being around him. That's why it's like, different people might value different shit from you. This is why, as a dude too, the more versatile you are, the more well-rounded you are, you can have multiple types of customers. Whatever drug she's yearning for as a good drug dealer, you gotta have every type of drug. You want heroin, you want nigga crack, you want this, I got it all. Weed, you know what I'm saying?
Heroin, hash.
Like, I love the game, but it's like, the more well-rounded you are, you can feed a girl whatever drug she's yearning for. But that's really, and that, even when you talk about simping, it's the same in reverse for a dude. Just like when you think about a hoe who's just giving away her for nothing, that's what ultimately the simp does, is she's giving his attention away and his validation away for nothing. And ultimately, it's like, niggas, girls gonna be hoes, dudes gonna be simps. It is what it is. But as a dude that's laced with game, you just understand that, like, nigga, I'm not just giving this shit away for free. Yeah. I'm not just giving his attention for nothing. I'm not just validating for nothing. Yeah. Even if I lead with a little dose of it, I'm not gonna overspend in that department, if that makes sense. Even if I lead with a compliment. Oh, you looking good. I'm not gonna keep going down that path if it's not leading nowhere. You know when to withdraw. You know when, okay, this is a bad investment. Yeah. The simp is just overflowing with the validation and the compliments and the attention. So just it's really just a life lesson. It's an overall just principle. Understanding anything with value got a price tag to it.
You know what I'm lying. I ain't lie, a relationship is like a tennis match.
Real talk.
Like, if you ain't hitting the ball back, then I can't hit the ball back to you. Yeah. If you just keep the ball, we can't play the game no more.
And that's the baby steps of how a girl, or just even a dude, will slowly start to get power in the relationship, is they stop hitting the ball back a little bit. Yeah. And then you're overly invested. You keep hitting the ball back a little bit more than you should be, into where now you're just playing by yourself, in a sense. Shit gets deep. But So going back to the Joy Taylor shit, that's her name, Joy Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I say, it just depends on what side of the fence you on. Like, if you're a girl who's looking for love, I understand the logic of, I would never sell my body. I get it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because love is something that you can't put a price tag to. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wanting that relationship, marriage, commitment, family,
Yeah.
there's no price on that. It's
Yeah.
like, nigga, the price is a little different. Like, okay, to get sex, I need you to love me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not in that department, if you're someone who you've been heartbroken enough, heartaches, and you just tired of romance, or you're done with romance, I understand this route. I understand the whole route.
Yeah. And that's what it seemed like in that lawsuit, in the paperwork. It sounded like, because the girl who initially started, she put Joy and all these other people into it. So what I was thinking was, maybe she did all this fucking and she didn't get promoted how she thought maybe she was promised or it was gonna go. So she's like, oh, y'all blackballed me. I'm gonna sue all y'all and I'm gonna put her in there because she was on the same type of time I was on. But y'all don't know, but this is how she got to her stardom. She's gonna throw her under the bus and also try to get some monetary value out of suing people. And then she tried to say Skip Bayless offered her 1.5 million. And you didn't take it?
Niggas is top tier tricks.
And you didn't take it?
I need more, Skip. I know you got more. I need more.
You didn't take it? You're trying to get a job that you probably get salary 100K and he offered you 1.5?
Mama, everybody got a price.
Oh my, and what's hers?
We know Jay's price, 1.5.
No. I'll take 1.3. I'll take a little less. But that shit was crazy.
No,
It's like, you're trying to sue? You could have just got 1.5 for spreading your legs for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Where's the management there? I ain't like, that nigga in the lawsuit, that nigga Skip was hard. She said something like, oh, I didn't want to do it because he was married and it made me feel uncomfortable. Skip told her, your father has multiple wives. You should be comfortable with that. But that's just he say, she say. But yeah.
Nigga Skip was trying to pay for that bag.
He was trying to pound, so you trying to go pound town. Okay, so you flip the situation. You put Jay, he's the CEO of a company. Oh, girl want to get hired or she want to get boosted up. You feel me? I can hire you. I can move you upstairs, but I need that box. Am I out of bounds for exercising that right? Because she's basically exercising her right.
Yeah, I think according to the law, yeah, that's illegal.
There's a double standard.
It's just illegal. You can't.
It's not a double standard. It's illegal. Clear cut.
I think on both ends, I don't think you can just offer sex to try to get. I don't think legally, like, that's not even. I don't think it's allowed.
I wonder if that's a form of prostitution.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that's like. Yeah, I don't think that's legal.
Oh,
I think that literally is. Yeah. But then they say marriage is a form of prostitution. You're just paying to keep the long term. Like, nigga, it's like whether you. It gets deep, but especially like for a dude, like when you're in a position of leverage as a job, like any type of sexual interest with someone lower than you is even more demonized and like I think even more penalized. But this is why I always emphasize, nigga, she grown, let her choose. Like I'm a strong advocate of that bitch grown, let her choose, because it's like. People always try to paint the girl as the victim or this is the victim, and nigga, that is grown. Like, nigga, ain't nobody force her to this or that. Then the idea, like, oh well, if I didn't, like, I mean, I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to get too deep because I'm not advocating none of this shit. What I'm saying is, it's like, I just see how, from what the thing was saying is like that was the card she was gonna use. Oh, if shit goes south, I'm gonna just say it wasn't consensual. And it's just I hate shit like that because it just really shows you how people are so quick to turn the girl into the victim, and it's like a lot of these girls ain't victims. Obviously, there's victims for sure. Yeah, not an advocate, nigga, of nobody, none of that type of shit. But nigga, these bitches is grown. Not lying. And niggas is so quick to, oh my gosh, nigga, that bitch was grown. Let her choose. But yeah, that's kind of my mentality on that shit. Is like I just understand that shit from that element. That's why, and it's damn near like advice, damn near I would give to a daughter. Like I would never want her to go that route. Want her to go the love route, but it's like regardless of what route you take, put a price on yourself. And it's just like with a dude. Like I tell the dude, like nigga, put a price on yourself. Like everything costs. Yeah. Nigga, your attention ain't free. What payments do you accept? And it don't gotta, like I said, the payments I accept is, like I say, just, nigga, payments. It's really just. So we know how to get upgraded in the corporation with Zebediah. It's like, she gotta be interested. Yeah. But if she's not showing no level of interest, if she's not interested, and that's really the fundamental difference between quote unquote the simp, is She not showing interest and he's still over pursuing. My nigga, there's a difference in, okay, you threw a bait out. If she don't bite, nigga, I'm on to the next.
Yeah.
But you got to put a price on yourself. And that's the number one thing, niggas, is all just you in debt. Why? Because you're over-investing in somebody that's not giving you a return on your investment. This regards all elements of life. Yeah. You can apply this to everything. Friendships. You're overly investing in a friend who's not investing back. That's a bad relationship. Friendships, romantic relationships, jobs, literal gambling. Like, if you're making an investment and not getting a return on your investment, that's a bad investment. So if you want love, you're investing in it, you should be in return getting some type of return on that investment. If you're giving your body in this regard, you should be getting a return on your investment. Half these bitches are just giving their body up and get nothing but a headache and a heartache. And then they wonder why they're miserable and this and that. You didn't manage your properly.
She gambled.
And it was a bad decision, like a bad bet. It's all a bet. Yeah. Make a good bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely a great little topic, great discussion. What you think about? I mean, you said you all for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I ain't gonna lie, me personally. And it's like I watched
love when
bro, I just
throw it back for teen.
Cause it's like, bro, there's so many that do it and they get nothing out of it. She got longevity in that box. Her box promoted her longevity in this career.
Yeah, it's one of those things that reminds me of, like, even with dudes, the nice guy dynamic, where what you don't necessarily want or like is the reality of the situation. What I mean by that is this. Most dudes feel as if a girl should like me because I'm a nice guy or I'm a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is girls are attracted to dominance. They're attracted to strength. And so whether you're a good guy, a bad guy, a fucked up dude, a killer, if you show signs of dominance, girls are attracted to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you talk about a killer, it's like that's a form of dominance. Like he physically dominated another human. This is why a lot of these love serial killer documentaries and shit.
Yeah.
It's all a form. But anyway, but they feel as if a girl should like this.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get their heart broken. Oh, the nice guy always finishes last. I think a lot of girls face that on the flip side where they go, I shouldn't be valued just for my sexuality. Or not even just for, but a lot of girls, I think that's the dilemma they face is they don't want to primarily be valued for their sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
And so they try to develop value in other ways. Oh, I'm going to make myself super smart, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And the reality is that's the primary value that dudes value is the sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
After that is all the extra shit. It's like, oh, she bad as that's number one. That's going for most dudes. That's the number one thing they go, oh, she bad.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they're going, oh, she's also great company.
Intelligent.
She's also intelligent.
Yeah.
She's also feminine. She's also like these are things. But the bait is that attraction.
Mm-hmm.
The hook is the personality, the fact that she's feminine, submissive, all that shit.
Yeah.
But if you ain't got the bait, I don't give a fuck how feminine and submissive this ugly is.
No lying.
And I think a lot of girls face that dilemma where it's like, I don't want to be valued for my sexuality. She's one of those people who she understood life. Like, it's kind of like the hoeing. Like, nigga, I just understand this is my primary asset, and I'm going to use this motherfucker. Now, you can either use it to get money, use it to get love, but you could use it or you could abuse it.
And that's also a form of intelligence. Knowing your strengths and your weaknesses.
Oh, mama.
They said Jordan never gambled on a game he knew he wasn't good at. I'm not going to play tennis. I'm not good at it. I'll play you on that golf tournament, though. But yeah,
They chasing the bag. The dude is the bag. Get the best dude you can get. Why are you chasing the bag yourself? You should be tucked off chilling with get you one of them ones.
She was also capable of that, too. She was.
I mean, she did that, but I'm saying it's like, it's all just a form of understanding your value is this. You're trying to, I'm going to be a strong, independent. That's why.
She wants to be seen as something more. But in the reality of things,
she accepted. Joy was like, I don't want it. I'm a toy. Use me.
I can play that role.
I can play that role. Now you got actual hardworking women who are sitting there still probably miserable.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that job.
Yeah.
Just be a toy. Misogyny. Like, it is what it is.
Life is just easier for a woman when she spreads her legs.
Brother, it's like, nigga, once you just understand reality.
You just got to spread them for the right one.
Right.
Yeah.
Real talk.
That's a disclaimer for before you spread your legs, make sure you get the right one before you spread them.
And then you also got to know how to keep them hooked. And that's where the femininity, the submissiveness, like all that shit. That's why even with that viral video, that shit went stupid viral.
What viral video?
Like, both videos had 15 million plus views. viral. And it's like, nigga, I promise you,
15
it's not only her beauty. And I'm talking, but to give reference, nigga, basically give context to the people at home. A video went viral of this black, and I was telling Jay, like, nigga, this, she was hard. And nigga, I ended up, I'm like, nigga, she might, nigga. Anyway. Nigga, long story short, I'm like, but nigga, even with her, like, yeah, she was attractive, but I promise you, it was that femininity. That's what really had niggas like, this hard.
There's plenty of girls that have that same build.
So yeah, the bait is major. You gotta be attractive, nigga. Stay in that gym, have a nice body, this or whatever. I really don't. I ain't gonna lie. The gym is a dangerous place nowadays. It's hoeing that going on at the gym. It's just
because there's hoeing going on doesn't mean
I'd rather have my bitch at the crib with nigga. I could get a gym in the garage.
Okay.
That's just me though. Like nigga, I'm trying to put niggas on game because understand when you send your bitch off to the gym, it's a battlefield at that motherfucker.
It's a players field out there.
You send her to the club every day.
To the workforce?
Like, you send her to the workforce every day. Like, it ain't like the nightclub where she goes on weekends. Nigga, the gym, these going every day. And they going, nigga, with minimal clothing on, choosing. Eager to, nigga, that's a whole nother field.
That's a different chapter.
That's a whole nother chapter. But send your out to the workforce and get surprised when she get hired.
Can you send your to Pilates?
I'm not familiar with Pilates, so...
Predominantly a woman.
I'm not. I'd have to do my Googles, but I really don't like to send my bitch nowhere. Like me personally, like I like my bitch.
You send it to the kitchen,
like real talk. I like her tucked. That's just me though. That's my program. I like her tucked off. But yeah. Long story short, but that was a great little.
We still ain't even touched.
Yeah. They're eager for that, but we can do a little piss break.
Like them is two big conversations going on in the world right now, and that can carry. This can also carry. This gonna carry.
This can carry.
This gonna carry.
Or we could throw a 3-hour pod up. I ain't got no problem getting these niggas movies. We got 9 chapters. First chapter, Finding Fearlessness. Second chapter, Heart of a Hustler. Third chapter, Constructing Your Crew. Fourth chapter, Knowing Your Value. 5, Evolve or Die. 6, Power of Perception. 7, If We Can't Be Friends. 8, Learning from Your L's. And 9, The Entitlement Trap. A lot of great chapters. I say we go chapter by chapter, and we can do a couple chapters, do a couple questions, couple chapters, couple questions, and just beat these niggas up with that game.
That game. Oh God, even the introduction has some game in there.
I got quotables in the intro. I know you got quotables in the intro. My first quotable, it say shed people and excess baggage like snake shed skin.
Oh my goodness.
Get rid of them. Cut out the noise. Cut out the distractions. Trim out the fat. You got a lot of fat in your life. You got a lot of noise in your life, whether it be outside voices, homies, friends, family, whatever it might be. Social media, you got distractions in your life. You got to cut them out.
And you know who it also might be? It might be yourself.
Cut them out.
Sometimes you got to shed off your own skin. You don't like the way you look in the mirror. Shed your skin. Become a new person.
Come on, mama. Shed bad habits. Cut them out. Shed people and excess baggage like a snake shed skin.
That was a good game.
Sabor.
That was a good game.
I got more, but I'm gonna let you. I don't know. Oh, we did the same. We highlighted the same shit.
No such thing as making it.
There's no such thing as making it. We both highlighted the same shit. No much how much money you stack, fame you achieve, success you taste. There's always gonna be nigga. There's more to accomplish, more to conquer,
and there's also more struggles. Just because you make it don't think that there's not going to be no bad news in the future. There's always going to be bad news.
Real talk.
But it's news that you can use to become better, to become more sustainable, to sustain success.
Mama, the goal is not to just be successful. It's about learning how to sustain that success, how to keep that success. It's the same when we talk about the girls. It's not just about how to get a girl, how to keep a girl. Those are 2 different skills. You got to know how to do both.
I ain't like that's a key part of the game. Just because
you might have a good catch hand. Do you got a good keep hand? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know how to get them. Do you know how to keep them? And then you got some dudes who know how to keep them, but they don't know how to get them. So when they do lose a girl, they single for a smooth minute. Why? Because they don't know how to get a new girl. There's different qualities. There's different traits that help you get a girl and keep a girl. But yeah, that's big. There's no such thing as making it, especially when you hear that from somebody like 50. He's accomplished in so many different fields.
You know,
it really shows that there's no such thing as making it. Yeah, he made it in the rap lane.
Yeah.
Right? Well, first it was in the streets. He made it in the streets. Then he made it in the rap lane. Then he became a real businessman. You know what I'm saying? He created the G Unit. Then he
sold vitamin water.
Yeah, I was about to say he sold vitamin water. What's that department though? Like the
health?
the health department. He sold vitamin water. Then he was in the video game. He created a video game.
I played that. Bulletproof.
I played that.
PS2.
You know what I'm saying? He was accomplished in the video game lane. Then he was accomplished in
sneakers.
He made sneakers. He made clothing. He's
done it all.
He made Power, which is a top tier show nowadays. Yeah. Like, he's accomplished in many different lanes. So it just shows you that there's no such thing as just making it. Knowing how to sustain that success. And we just in the introduction, we're not even on the first chapter. We highlighted a lot of the same shit. That's powerful. That speaks volumes.
Powerful. He said that 50 Cent is a part of who he was. That was also a persona, but it also made sure if he would have been 50 Cent his whole life, he wouldn't have been able to sustain success.
Right.
Because 50 Cent is the rah-rah, the gangster guy. I couldn't take that into the workforce. I couldn't take that as a businessman. So he had to he had to maintain who Curtis Jackson was.
Yeah.
He also had like the knowledge and the, what's that word? What's it called when
awareness?
he had the awareness of knowing like I can be this in certain situations, but I also have to be this and also in certain different situations.
Knowing how to blend in, how to camouflage.
Exactly.
Having multiple different hats you could put on. Being able to adapt to multiple different tribes.
Yeah.
We've spoken on this, but yeah, he said, I've always felt like there was two sides of me, two identities.
Mm-hmm.
You look at a lot of your favorite superheroes, Superman, two sides. He was Superman and he was Clark Kent. Batman, Bruce Wayne, and he was Batman. So you got to develop your alter ego, develop other elements. And a lot of times people will naturally tap into these things, especially when they have a craft or a passion that they chase. A lot of times they might dive into kind of this alter ego in a sense.
Yeah.
Where maybe when you play video games, you kind of turn into a different person, or niggas get on this basketball court and kind of turn into a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Just understanding that 50 Cent propelled me to the top. Curtis Jackson is the man who was able to keep me there. So that was powerful too. Understanding the difference between the human, the man, the person, and the character. That's why I say we don't know a lot of these people. Drake's the character. Aubrey's the man. You might like Drake, the music, the musician, but you don't know him as a man. You don't know him as a person.
True.
So
true. In
the same sense, understanding that there's that duality in everybody. He says you got to be fearless, you got to cultivate, but you also got to cultivate the heart of a hustler. He said whatever worried him, he had the mentality that he wanted to meet it head on and engage with it. You got any type of issues, struggles, doubts, anxiety, instead of trying to hide from it, conquer it.
It's going to make you better in the end.
Cultivate the heart of a hustler. That's a character trait that's shared by winners. Hustling's the motor that's got to be running inside you each and every day. It's the fuel, and its fuel is passion. The fuel to hustle is that passion. You got to love what you do.
It's, I highlighted that in one of the past books. It says something, I had highlighted, do it for the love.
Yeah, for the love. That was the Superior Man. I remember you talked about that. Gotta have passion. And sometimes your passions might change. So you might, when you're at a certain age, you got to, like when I was younger, my passion was basketball. I was playing basketball at the park, hours. Then you might, throughout life, your passions change. Your passion might go to video games. Then your passion might be this, might be that.
Yeah.
It might be fatherhood. You start having kids. Now you got a new passion. Now you want to spend all your time and effort into being the best father.
Yeah.
So whatever your passions are, like I say, it's not necessarily stagnant, like it's always this one thing, but having that passion for something and just always chasing greatness.
He said in the chapter, building a strong crew, betrayal is never as far away as you would like to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, oh no, the homie would never do me like that.
Yep.
The only person you can get betrayed by is somebody close to you.
Somebody you trust. You can't get betrayed by somebody if you never trusted them to begin with. I expected you to do that.
Facts.
Betrayed implies I trusted you and you betrayed me. You did something I never thought you would do.
You got to know how to decipher the little things that could end up being big things.
Yeah. So yeah, in the introduction, he kind of gives like a quick little breakdown of each of the chapters or each of the talking points. But that was one of the first ones, build a strong crew. He also talks about knowing your value. One of the cornerstones of his sustained success is that he didn't rush into deals. He understood his value. And
he said, I'm secure that as long that I'm betting on myself, I'm always going to win.
Yeah.
You say that a lot. The best bet is to bet on yourself.
Real talk. And the best investment is to invest in yourself. And it's something that we've even dealt with. We've had big time YouTubers, multiple, honestly, millions and millions of subscribers try to have us work for them. And we always bet on ourselves. It's like, in a sense, we're independent. Like, I'm bet on myself.
Yeah.
So knowing your value, a lot of people, because they don't have that confidence in themselves, they end up taking a deal. They end up working for somebody else. And not to say you can't use that as a stepping stone to get farther in life, but just understanding, knowing your value. And even if you do work for somebody else, getting paid properly. whatever your payment is.
Yeah.
Getting treated properly.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, these are principles you can apply in all elements of life. Knowing your value in a relationship, knowing your value in just life, not allowing mistreatment.
You're not lying. In the chapter Evolve or Die, you have to evolve as an individual. Going back to the passions, sometimes you got to drop that football. You got to drop that basketball. You're 30 years old. It's time to drop it. Let's find something else that we can find passion for.
Or even if you do have a passion for something like that, maybe it's just something you do for fun at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But you might not be investing as much time and attention because you're not getting as much of a return. You see what I'm saying? Compared to if you put a passion towards something that you can get a better return on that passion, then it's worth investing hours and hours of your life. But if you're just doing, for example, a sport for fun, maybe playing 8 hours a day ain't the best way to spend your time.
You're not lying.
Yeah, maybe an hour or two, yeah, that's smooth. But spending all day on something that's you got no return on your investment, that's a bad investment.
And maybe sometimes you weren't meant to be a player. Maybe you're meant to be a coach.
Or a trainer. So
yeah,
sometimes you could still learn how to fuel that passion in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
We got homies who, they was basketball players, big into basketball, went to college for basketball, but now they're coaching. Now they're trainers.
They're still connected to their passion in some way.
Yeah, or now they create basketball videos.
Yeah.
So you can still kind of find different ways to channel your passion. Another one thing he talks about, we're still in the introduction. We're not even on chapter 1, but he talks about shaping perceptions. And this is huge. And I've talked about this several times, but everything is just perception. Make sure you make sure your narrative always presents you as the person you want to be seen as. Being mindful of how you're presenting yourself, how you're being perceived. This is something a lot of people are just not aware of. They're not aware of how they're being perceived. They're not aware of how they present themselves. When we talk about girls dressing a certain way, understanding how you're presenting yourself.
Yeah.
Dudes dressing a certain way, how you presenting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How you carrying yourself. How you stand, how you walk, how you talk. Tonality. These are all things that are shaping your perception. How people perceive you. So that's huge. You got anything on that next one? You can highlight nothing on that one. The next thing he talks about is don't be afraid to compete. Build positive and mutually beneficial relationships with people. This is huge. Mutually beneficial relationships. Ideally, you want a relationship, whether it be a friendship, romantic, whatever. You want it mutually beneficial. Going back to that investment. Whenever it's one-sided, you're investing a lot, but you're not getting a return on your investment. That's a bad relationship. Yeah. Another thing he talks about, learn from your L's. Victories, as I've racked up over the years, I've experienced more losses. Instead of complaining about or hiding from your losses, actively seek to learn from them. We didn't take a lot of losses. We didn't lost a whole channel.
It's big.
Keep pushing.
It's big. I ain't gonna lie. The L's got to turn into lessons.
Mandatory. Last thing he talks, not the last thing. Another thing he talks about, avoiding the entitlement trap. Never gonna find lasting success until you take full responsibility for what happens in your life.
And no one owes you anything, just as you don't owe them anyone else. An entitlement trap. That was a powerful chapter.
So yeah, those in the introduction, he kind of gives a quick little summary of each of the chapters that you're gonna be reading. But this was a great book. A lot of books aren't written in the language that feels accessible to everyone. This was another big reason why I recommend this book is because, and he talks about it, a lot of books aren't written in a language that feels accessible to everyone. They're not written in a language that most people can relate to. This is a book it's an easy read. It's relatable. He also talks about just that evolution. These days, a lot of folks have replaced reading with clicking. And that's why going back to knowing how to evolve, sometimes you got to turn your book into an audio book.
Mm-hmm.
Turn your book into a little, whether it be something like this, a video format.
I ain't like, that's what I did with this one. There's this audiobook on YouTube. I downloaded it and I put it on 1.5 speed.
Yeah, I did that too. Great minds think alike. I did the highest.
You did the highest?
Yeah.
You know how to fall on fast, brother. My brain can only concept 1.5. That nigga was on 3.
Yeah, I was going crazy. Whatever the highest was, I did the same shit though. And he's the one reading it. Yeah. Yeah, that was clean. But going back to that evolution, knowing how to evolve, get that same information, it's the same dope. Yeah. But you might turn it from crack to coke. It's all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's different forms. Yeah. I'm not too familiar with this drug shit, but it's different forms.
It all just gives you a high.
That high. Yeah. So, and he discusses this, a lot of times, whether you watching a video, you reading a book, you're not going to get all the information at once. But he says, hopefully at the end of this, you can at least get one principle. Mm-hmm. And he says, whichever principle that resonates with you, hold on to it. Carry it with you until it becomes a part of your life. So first hearing these things, hearing these concepts, it's going to be hard to implement them, or it might feel forced that you're You have to make a conscious effort to do these things. But when you do it enough times, it becomes habitual. It becomes just a part of who you are.
I ain't gonna lie, I remember that was one thing that Patrice O'Neal, I think it's something that he said that I resonated with, because at the time I couldn't do it, but I understand what he was saying. It was basically like, basically if you want to be this sort of way towards women or towards your relationships in life, don't just do it because you think that you're gonna get the outcome. You first have to believe what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when, for example, of just using like the whole not being a nice guy, you have to really understand and really believe that being the nice guy isn't gonna get you farther in life than being the right guy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes being the right guy don't mean you're nice to everybody and you say yes to everything, but it's about doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that
stuck with you.
Yeah, that reminded me of the whole Patrice O'Neal thing. Oh, this was what I was saying. In terms of, you might not have to be a player, but you can be a coach. I still want to be contributing and participating. He was talking about the culture, rap culture, this and that. And he can find a way to help pushing it forward. Mm-hmm. So maybe I can't be a player in the game, but I can coach the players that want to be, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So that was hard. That was hard.
Chapter 1, Finding Fearlessness. He's experienced anxiety of all kinds. The difference is he refuses to allow himself to grow comfortable in those fears. Comfort is a dream killer.
Oh, I highlighted that one. I ain't gonna lie. I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that personally in my life.
Comfort
could just, bruh, it softens you.
Yeah.
But it also is like, what helped get me in a comfortable position is the quote unquote grind. Mm-hmm. The grind got me to this comfortable position, but you can't let it. It's like he said, comfort is a dream killer. It makes you not want to sharpen that sword every day in the morning. Yeah. Makes you not want to go to the gym. Today, I'll just take today off. Mm-hmm. But it's like, God, I ain't gonna lie, you got to keep hacking at that shit.
Talks about how fear dominates most people's lives. Fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of loneliness.
I ain't lie. In one of the philosopher Marcus Aurelius, he said, "It is not death that a man should fear. He should fear never beginning to live." We're all scared of dying, but you should be afraid to not living.
I got a book from Marcus Aurelius. Have you seen the Gladiator? He was in that movie, Marcus Aurelius.
I recently just watched those. I watched some Gladiator too.
Well, the first one.
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
He was the one who died. He was the one who basically he died in the beginning. He was like the emperor dude. He says, through her death, my mother managed to give me a rare gift, the seed of fearlessness. Most people obviously fear losing a loved one, losing a parent. By losing his parent at an early age, he learned that at an early age, that element of fearlessness. I dealt with my biggest fear.
Yeah.
And so that's just within itself a life lesson, understanding that sometimes your biggest setbacks are your greatest lessons. Your greatest losses can be your greatest lessons if you learn the lesson from it.
Yeah.
Talks about how fearlessness is a strength you can develop, a muscle that you can build. And that's with anything. Persistence, discipline, these are muscles that you can develop. Every day that you accomplish these, every day that you act in a courageous way or you act in a disciplined way, you're strengthening that muscle. This is why repetition and consistency is so important. It's because you're constantly strengthening that muscle. You could look at it like it's like stairs. You're either ascending or retreating. Like every step is either a step in a positive direction or you're retreating.
Yeah.
But it's like stagnation, that's death.
No.
Like when the heartbeat is stagnant, that's death.
Straight line.
So it's like you either ascending or you retreating.
And you wear EMT. I do. That is one of his talents. He also knows how to save lives.
But like these is muscles that you can build. Anything else you highlight from this chapter? He said, "Don't be afraid to get hit."
I ain't gonna lie. That when we started doing
boxing,
when we started doing boxing years ago, that was one of my fears is getting hit in the face for the first time. Is like life just goes on. It just keeps on continuing. You if you get knocked down, you get back up. If you get hit, hopefully you swing back.
Hopefully you get back up. Bend fear into moments of action at every opportunity. Every time you fear it, it's like that's a moment that you can conquer that feeling.
Oh, and I starred this. Why did I start this? What did you say? Moving forward. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. This was hard. So this was a backstory of when he was talking about how he was doing the boxing thing. Basically, his trainer had told him and conditioned him to brush off the inevitable blows in life, moving forward to where I was trying to go instead of where life was trying to push me. That mind was so powerful. It's just like, bro, whatever his mindset was, there was a fight back, but he just kept hacking at it and just kept going, and he knew where he wanted to go, so he just kept going there. Like life, you feel me? You lost your job, you might have lost your family, this and that. Life is telling you that you're a loser, but you believe so much that you're a winner that you're just gonna keep on going.
Yeah. He discusses facing fear head on, approaching problems instead of running from it, conquering. Basically just that conquest, learning how to conquer shit. He discusses how this was a big step for him psychologically. And that's a lot of times with doing these positive things. The biggest thing, and that's the ultimate goal, is for it to make a psychological difference on you.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, when you make more money, when you become more successful, psychologically you develop. You become more confident. You become more, all these different positive qualities, more disciplined. These traits come with the success typically. And that's typically what most people really need. It's not even so much. This is why you'll see people who are broke, for example, who still get the girl or still are successful in certain elements of life. It's because they've developed it psychologically, even if they don't have it externally. Mm-hmm. It's internal. So that's a big step too when you're trying to develop these qualities, is to develop the internal qualities, develop the psychological, that confidence, that mental element.
Changing perspective. I ain't like, that's a lot of what life is, just a change of perspective. Some people didn't grow up with the perspective of this is how you have to act towards women to get what you want. So they never got that knowledge. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This was another big one. He says, cowards die many times before their deaths. This reminded me of relationships and how most dudes, I ain't gonna lie, this is powerful. But it's like most dudes, when you lose your girl, you didn't lose her once. You lost her 1,000 times. And it's those small losses.
Yeah.
It's those small little situations where it's like, I don't want her to do this, but I'm gonna allow her to. You lost. You took an L. And these small L's is why she lost respect for you. And then that's why she ended up leaving the relationship. And you know, as a man, like deep down, you just know whatever it might be, there's certain things where you're just tolerating shit you don't want to tolerate. I don't want her to go out, but I'm gonna let her go out. Mm-hmm. I don't want her to wear that outfit, but I'm gonna let her wear the outfit. Mm-hmm. I don't want her to talk like that, but I'm gonna let her talk like that. Whatever it is. And by dealing with all these small, it's like you're taking a lot of small deaths. You're taking a lot of small losses. That's why you ended up losing your girl. No girl just leaves a happy relationship like this. It's baby steps. Even when it comes to, you don't really like her kicking it with this dude, but you're allowing her to kick it with this dude now, or you're allowing her, nigga, this, that, and the third. It's like you're tolerating so much little shit to where it leads to the big L. It leads to the whole relationship crumbles. And that's so powerful because that's really what it be. Is like you took so many thousands of L's. You just stand on what you believe in. It's like it eliminates that. That's big. I ain't gonna lie. That's huge.
Yeah.
And that's why I've said it before in several pods, but it's like I've never feared losing a girl. My thing was always like I just hated when I didn't move properly. And it kind of goes back to this. Like, you know, as a man, when you tolerate some shit you don't want to tolerate. Even if it's something small. Like, I ain't like the way her tone, but I ain't check her. Or I didn't like this, but I didn't say nothing. And that's more so what I've always hated. And that's ultimately what this is like you took hella small deaths. But when I'm moving properly, if the bitch want to leave, it's like I don't care because I know that, nigga, I didn't take no L's.
Yeah.
At least in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's big. That was big. Anything else you want to touch on from this chapter? This was a good little chapter.
No, yeah, I didn't highlight anything else, but I see that you did.
Yeah, he talks basically about his biggest fear. One of the things I'm still afraid of, the thing I'm most afraid of is family.
He's afraid of making that connection because it might be, you feel me, people might overstep their boundaries. He even talked about it. I ain't gonna lie, the story that he put in there about his son, that is a wild. I don't know if I think he might have put that in the last chapter. I don't want to skip ahead, but there was a story in there that he was talking about. Basically, the dude that set up to kill 50 Cent, the dude that tried to set up 50 Cent, his son is friends with. Yeah, he talked about that in this. Okay, yeah, that was a crazy, what a betrayal. Mm-hmm. And I ain't like he did put some good parenting moments in there when he was saying like, how did my family, how did my offspring end up becoming how they did? And maybe he enabled them too much by just giving them everything. Mm-hmm. He didn't instill no sense of hustling mentality or no sense of, he just developed a sense of, this is what it's supposed to be like. This is my dad. He's supposed to give me these things. He's supposed to give me that. Mm-hmm. And it just never carried that. You can't be that as an adult. So yeah, he put in a lot of good stuff on there. The last thing that I think was powerful in this chapter, he talks about raising your hand, but basically he's discussing how you got to project the confidence that you belong. Mm-hmm. And so this is especially true if you're early on, if you first starting something, you got to project that confidence. It's that whole idea of kind of faking it till you making it, but you got to think it first. You got to, behave as the person you want to be. That's something that a lot of people lack, especially when they're first starting something, whether it be they're starting a YouTube channel or they're starting a new job or they're starting
starting a sport or whatever, is like they have this timidness, and you got to just have that confidence, project with that energy of like, yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, that is a good point. And I feel like that's a struggle that people could have that, but voicing it out to public or voicing it to like friends and family, they might just look at you like, what are you talking about? You're not gonna have millions of subscribers in a month. You're not gonna make it in the NBA. It's too big of a goal that it's like people start shunning their own insecurities onto you.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just, I could see, and that even could be a relationship ender. Like I'm telling you my dreams and aspirations, and you're basically like shooting me down. That is a tough one.
But yeah, that was all chapter 1. Great chapter. Chapter 2, heart of a hustler. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. You got anything from this chapter?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like this one. In the story, he was basically saying that highlighted the signal that I'm getting another chance to do something that I love. So I don't know how to connect it. You know, sometimes I got one-liners, but I don't know how to connect them.
That was one of your one-liners. What was the line?
The signal that I'm getting another chance to do something I love. I think what he was talking about is just like, for example, when we post a video and it gets the amount of views that we're comfortable getting, we like the video, it being posted, but it just signifies that I get another shot to do something that I love and get the appreciation that I want to get from it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I'm seeing here he talks about how every 4 a.m. wake up call is a blessing. Basically, it's a signal that he gets another chance to do what he loves. Like,
oh yeah, that's exactly what he was talking about.
It's like most people hate hearing the alarm clock. He looks at that as a blessing. Like I get to get back to doing something I love to do.
Get back to the grind. And then he was talking about what separates me from the pack is I'm willing to make more sacrifices than 99% of population. We've dealt with that in our personal lives.
Yeah, you got to be able to make those sacrifices for sure. Talks about hard work's the most critical ingredient for success. A strong work ethic is the one trait all successful people share. One of the things he talks about, committing to a clean lifestyle. It's not enough just to work hard, but you have to commit to lifestyle choices that allow you to have the energy, focus, and stamina to actually do the work that you want to do.
That's big.
That's big.
We both did. Yeah, that is a good one.
A lot of people work hard, but sometimes your unhealthy lifestyle can hold you back.
Not getting the proper amount of sleep, not putting the proper amount of things in your system to make you get the right out. You feel me? Put in the right work that you want to put in.
Anything else you got from this chapter? Finding your focus, hard work, and dedication are two of the characteristics found in all true hustlers. Another is focus. Because if you're not able to focus and direct your hard work, you might be hustling hard, but you won't be hustling smart. Another big thing, something that I always discuss, is just your attention is your greatest power. Focus is everything. You can have all the time in the world, but a distracted man won't get as far as a focused man. So you might have 5 hours, but if you distracted, I can get farther than you in my 1 hour. Why? Because I'm focused.
Focus is key.
Focus is everything.
I feel like that was a big thing. I was too distracted in high school. Had so many hoes. I was never able to focus on my schoolwork. Pass with D's and C's. I made it, but who's to say that I really made it?
You had hoes. Yeah,
I ain't like that was one of the worst things is like when you have to just like completely dismantle a roster and just reconstruct trade players, look at the free agency, you look at the landscape of the market. But back to this book. This was one highlight that I liked on there that it really made me think of like perspective and being a hustler that I feel like most people can adopt in their everyday life of just eating right and working out. Just look at that, like when you do those things, you're hustling. Even if you might not think that you're a hustler because you're going to work every day at your 9 to 5, you're not putting in no work or anything like that. Change the perspective of when I wake up at 8 a.m., I'm hustling right now. Whenever I start eating right and work out, I'm hustling right now. So
it's kind of how we rebranded the word pimpin'. Like,
yeah,
we'll look at it like, nigga, this some pimpin'. Pimping right now.
Get her on that digital blade.
There's a comment saying practice makes perfect. He changed it up. Passion makes perfect. Which is big.
Oh God, I remember the coach.
For what you love.
I remember Coach Barry used to say, "Practice don't make perfect. Practice makes perfect." I ain't lie. I like this one. I sent this to one of the homies. He want to stop smoking weed. I sent this to him. And some of y'all might be dealing with different indulges, maybe alcohol. You feel me? Whatever it is that y'all dealing with. This is a quote that he used that most people say. I'm not smoking weed anymore. Basically, he's saying that's too big of a jump. It's too big of a deal to go cold turkey. So instead of that, he says, I'm not smoking for the next month. A way more obtainable goal. Then just focus on each week. Each week, okay, I'm not gonna smoke it all this week. I'm not gonna smoke it all this week. And it's just, you're not worried on the rest of the year. You're just focused on this week. You know what I'm saying? So That is another way. Attainable. Yeah, that is another way to shift the perspective to obtain your goals. Of don't look at the year, 5 years from now. Just focus on today. I'm working out today. And if you say that every single day, you've worked out 365 days of the year. Mm-hmm. It's like how you tell tomorrow. All we got is right now. Yeah. What do you want to do right now? I don't got tomorrow. I just got right now.
Talks about how ultimately he's hustling for freedom. And that's another big thing, you know, a lot of times, especially when you talk about these type of motivational type videos, people just have this mentality to just work. But ultimately, you want to get to a position of freedom where not only you got financial freedom, but you got freedom in life to where ideally, and I remember he's even discussed this in an interview, he's like, true success is when you making money without working. And basically he was discussing how you want to get to a point to where you're able to sustain a lifestyle, but you have freedom of time. You can live the life that you want, whether it be, oh, I'm spending time with my family, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's the best freedom to have.
Wow, that is powerful. That is powerful. Oh, this was also one thing that I highlighted in there that I thought was important in life is it is also important to know that your vision can change. Mm-hmm. Going back to, you feel me, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, don't be afraid to, you feel me, make a little pivot. Yeah. He even said that in the book is he saw that CDs ain't gonna be the main way that people consume music. It's gonna be on the digital market. Mm-hmm. So he didn't invest really into making music. He invested into headphones.
Yeah, he talks about too, just in order to get the most out of your hustle, you gotta clearly define what you're working for. Basically, this idea of just having focus, having goals, having a destination that you get into. You know, when you traveling on this road to success, you gotta have a destination. Yeah, you gotta be able to put something in the GPS to get you there. So otherwise, you're just wasting gas. But another thing he talks about is writing shit down. When you force yourself to articulate your vision in words, you set a powerful energy and emotion. You give something that was just a thought or maybe just a feeling a real presence in the world. You make it a real thing. So you can go from, oh, I want to write a book, but the moment you write it down or you put it on your wall, it's like now you've made it a real thing that you can see in the world. You can see these words on the paper. Mm-hmm. I want to do this. I'm going to do this. So not only thinking it, but really living it. Never break your stride.
I highlighted that part. Lost YouTube channel. Never break your stride. We lost a YouTube channel. We could have quit just then and there. Go back to EMT and doing this and that. Mm-hmm. Never break your stride. We had a vision. We had a goal.
Real talk. The streets don't allow the luxury of excuses. A lot of times when people encounter setbacks, they dwell on them. There's no time for a defeatist, woe is me mentality on the streets. Your daily mindset has to be, I'll get it back on the next one. Just that mentality, keeping it player. Oh, you lost a girl, I'm going to get a new one. I fumbled the bag, I'm going to get a new one.
Not lying. I like this one. This was, he was talking about trust your instincts. Mm-hmm. Another advantage I gained from being active in the streets is learning how to trust my instincts. You gotta know how to keep your head on a pivot. You gotta, that intuition. You acting a little funny. I think I need to, you feel me, tighten up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And these type of things with women, sometimes you know in your gut, but you don't act on it. Mm-hmm. Like I know in my gut, yeah, she ain't solid. She ain't solid. But it's like, I mean, you know, sometimes they don't like eating out the trash. So you feel me? They do what they do, but you gotta follow your instinct. Trust your instinct. Not follow it, but trust it. Mm-hmm. Two different things.
Talks about how working out helps him quiet the noise. The physical exertion that he's putting himself through seems to wash away all the BS out of his system. And that's something that a lot of people who work out can relate to that, how just working out it really is therapeutic and kind of cleanse you mentally of distractions, of the noise, the outside noise. When you're in that moment of exertion where you're lifting that heavy weight, it's like that's all you can think of. Cuts out all the distractions. So finding different things, even if it's not specifically working out, find something that can cut out the noise in your life. Find your therapy. He said, I like betting on sure things, and the only sure thing you can always count on 100% of the time is yourself. Let's do a couple quick little questions before we dive into chapter 3. What did y'all do with the first big money YouTube check y'all got? Still waiting on that check.
Yeah, that's a great question. I would love the answer. I need to call you. We need to call YouTube and see if that check's on layaway or where is that check? Did it get lost in transit? What happened to that check?
Yeah, right.
That was one thing that he was talking about that I'm not really into. I wanted to see what you thought about it. But meditation. Mm-hmm. Are you into meditation, or do you understand like how it could be beneficial? Do you believe in the concept of it?
I've never meditated. I don't know how to meditate. I don't know how that shit works. But from my understanding, kind of the concept or the idea is basically kind of living in the moment, especially in today's society with so much shit going on. It's so easy to just constantly be bombarded with something new, new distraction. Yeah. And meditation is kind of cutting out all the noise and being able to kind of just live in the now, not thinking about what's going on next or anticipating, you know. So I think it's more so kind of like in a way to kind of help reset your attention. And that's something that a lot of people, one of the biggest diseases right now is just, people just.
That attention, distractions.
Yeah, distractions, not able to having like a attention span. So to me, I look at it. I don't meditate. I never meditate. I don't know how that shit. I don't even know how to meditate. But I think that's pretty much the idea behind it. It reminds me when we were younger, like without social media, it's like there was no. You just lived life.
Yeah.
Like with the internet, there's like an ulterior world. You can like if you're just bored, you can tap into YouTube and go into a whole nother world of entertainment or Twitter. What are people talking about? Instagram, what are people doing right now?
Yeah.
You can kind of live in this alternate reality.
You can see the whole world instead of just living where you are in Sacramento. You can see what Texas is up to, New York, Japan.
But without social media and shit, it's like your only experience is the now, this room, this experience. I don't know what's going on anywhere else. But it kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, I don't meditate. He meditates or something?
He talked about meditation in one of these chapters, and he said he started practicing it, and he said, he started to do it on like airplanes, and basically it would just drown out basically all the headaches and all the BS in his life, and he would just focus on. He said he did it a lot, focus on this book. But yeah.
Sack Made Meech says thoughts on the Jello Ball song.
Shout out to Sack Made Meech. I just want to put that in there. He's a loyal subscriber to this Patreon, and he always puts in his input in this comment section. Yeah, shout out to Sack Made Meech.
He's always showing love. And he said you got any new songs in the vault.
In the vault. He wanna know what's in that vault. Okay. My thoughts on the vault, the Jello song. I'm gonna lie, that shit hard. I can't lie. That shit hard. Like that's thing, like
as a 2000s baby.
As somebody who liked and indulged in the 2000 type song, I ain't lying. That was a hard.
I grew up in the 2000s.
That was a clean, hard song, and it like they're not making music like that. To see that is like, okay, he trying to come different.
Yeah, that was smooth. I haven't heard the whole song, but from what I have heard, it's catchy. My energy output, I need food.
You need deposits right now.
Real talk. And that's the thing. You can't withdraw what you didn't deposit. That's a whole nother game, whole nother bag. Gosh. It's like you can only withdraw what you deposit.
You giving them too much right now. I ain't like, you're getting way too much.
It's like, brother, you want to withdraw love from the you got to deposit some love into the
Oh my gosh.
Brother, you want to withdraw some game from the deposit some game into the You want to withdraw some this, deposit some of that. You want to withdraw some courage, you got to deposit some courage into your life. But that's a whole nother bag. We'll probably do more of a, because I told these niggas we'll do calls. We'll do that next pod, because this is already lengthy. We got a lot of shit to dive into, but I know a lot of people want calls and did send some questions, so we could definitely finish that up with the next episode. Chapter 3, constructing your crew.
It's a big one. This right here, constructing your crew, is
powerful.
Huge. It's really going to project how your life is going to be.
And he talks about that. He said, every successful entrepreneur will tell you the same thing, that their greatest skill was being an astute judge of character. Being able to judge a nigga character is powerful.
And it's also just, not only is it that, their actual character, but it's also in like, if you hang out with knuckleheads, don't be surprised when you get into some shit that, you feel me, could be life-threatening, life-changing.
Right.
This life is serious. Life is very, very serious.
You gotta be mindful of the crew that you construct and make a conscious effort of constructing the crew. The importance of judging character is especially important in marriage. Billionaires don't lose the bulk of their money to competitors or new technologies. They lose it to their exes. That's big, and it's true.
You gotta know how to recognize character or the lack of character.
Real talk.
And these everything. What were the life lessons or life situations that you went through to be able to assess, okay, this is a good person, this is not a good person. You know what I'm saying? Because you aren't just born with that awareness of, okay, he's doing some shady shit, or is it like when somebody does something shady, you know, and you'll get like, that's crazy. Why'd you do that?
Oh no, you just notice certain red flags in people, like, or behavioral patterns. You just notice when people do this, they tend to be this type of person. And then you just understand, like, just understanding intention. Like, I've been also just always good at putting myself in other people's shoes. And so because of that, I'm also able to see shit from another person's perspective. So when I put myself in your shoes, and it doesn't add up why you would do this, it just doesn't make logical sense. Yeah. So it must be, that within itself just makes it a red flag. You know what I mean? Like, I've spoken on this before, but I think anything that's unnatural, there's typically an underlying issue. So like if I had 2 fingers on my hand, everyone would know whether it be, oh, he had a genetic mutation or a crazy accident. That's not normal. It's not natural for a hand to have 2 fingers. So there's an underlying issue. So it's the same with behavior. When you see behaviors that's unnatural, there's typically some underlying issue. For me, just seeing anything that's unnatural, unnormal, people have a tendency to behave in patterns. You start to see breaks in patterns, or you start to see inconsistencies. Person says they're this, but then they're behaving like that. It's inconsistent. Person say, oh, they with you, but then they're behaving like this. That's inconsistent.
Yeah.
So whenever I see inconsistencies, something that's unnatural, these are just red flags that typically, I see what type of,
See what type of time they on.
Yeah, but ideally you want to be in a position where you don't really rely on nobody. So it's like their retardedness doesn't really have an effect on you. You just, he's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I need you for something, then your retardedness is like a burden. Like let's just say I needed you to put these walls up. Then now if you're late or you're just acting dumb, I have to deal with it. But if I could put the walls up myself, whether you're late, dumb, I could it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So ideally, what about you? What makes you be able to judge a nigga's character?
I'm still trying to. But what makes me, I think probably seeing like one side of my family is very like crazy, dysfunctional, and a lot of things that are normalized aren't normal. And having good enough parents to show and tell me like, even though you're seeing this every day, that isn't how you should be wanting to live your life. So it was a couple things during that childhood phase of getting that knowledge of what is right, what is wrong. And that's also one thing is I think I'm just like a naturally just like a kind-hearted, compassionate just guy that I just strive for love and for great things to happen, not in my life, but in everybody's life around me.
Right.
So if people aren't on that type of time, I know they're their kids. And also, it says it in this book, but I think we touched on it earlier, but just like the whole withdrawals and deposits thing of if somebody just keeps wanting to withdraw from you, but they don't want to deposit nothing back into you, it's just, you feel like you're being used. That's what being used is. Somebody just keeps on using you for something, and you feel like you don't get in any equal exchange or value from it. I've been used so many times in relationships, especially in bed. It's crazy.
You've been used and abused?
Bruh.
We had to have accountability.
Since I was 5.
At some point. Whoa.
Since I was 5.
Whoa.
I've shared my story many, many times on this platform.
Whoa.
And you know.
Whoa, that took a left turn. Plot twist.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Let's get back to the book.
Yeah, shout out to those girls, you know. Hope they're doing well. I'm still trying to recover.
But he talks about he'd rather be robbed than to be betrayed. He's made the mistake when he was younger of confusing loyalty and location. Just because somebody from the same street as you, same neighborhood, same school, same last name, whatever it may be, don't mean necessarily, you feel me, that they loyal.
Loyalty isn't attached to it. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
If you only surround yourself with people from your past, then chances are the past is where you'll be stuck. That's big. That's big.
Oh, that was powerful.
Yeah.
That was powerful. That's what I told them all the time. Like, if you stuck on your past, I can't see no future with you. But if you want to go be stuck in the past, go get back with them. Go be happy.
Real talk.
You so hung up on it, go back to it.
If I kept my circle exclusive to my day one homies, things would have stagnated. Good game. Understanding constructing your crew is not just a one-time thing. You got to consistently construct your crew, reconstruct your crew, build multiple crews. We've talked about this before, being able to adapt multiple different tribes, being able to hang out at different tables, being comfortable with the sports, the athletes, but also being able to hang out with the nerds, also being able to hang out with these people, that people, being able to hang out with different groups.
Yeah.
Gives you an element of versatility.
Yeah, and definitely picking the right friends and people that you want to hang out with. That's why it's very, you feel me? If you don't want to smoke and drink and party and all that kind of stuff, things that can create dangerous habits, you probably shouldn't befriend somebody who smokes weed every day and drinks every day and just is consuming the wrong thing, indulges in the wrong things. So definitely something to be thoughtful of.
Talks about the stronger your crew is, the stronger you are. Life is a jungle, and if you want to be perceived as part, and you want to be perceived as part of a strong pack, not as prey. Powerful. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's just an important chapter, understanding how to construct your crew and the importance of that. Another mistake that people make time and time again is after they found success, they feel as if they still owe something to the place they came from. This goes back to that entitlement trap. There's this idea that people feel as if, oh, I'm supposed to do this because we came from the same this, or we were born together, raised together. Not to say you shouldn't help people out, but just being mindful. Are you being manipulated, or are you doing it because you want to do it? Something just to keep in mind.
And they also, people will disguise their being happy for you to
get something out of you.
Yeah. Like, bro, you made it, bro. Congratulations. You gonna look out for me? You feel me? So.
Yeah. Talks about demanding discipline. Gotta demand discipline from your crew. Have zero tolerance for internal conflict. That's also big. So he's basically giving niggas game on how to construct their crew and then also how to lead their crew.
Yeah, he got some good leadership, some good leadership things in there. One of the moments that I highlighted is he would pull his guys aside and inquire the moments, just trying to help them. But he's talked about sometimes like when he tried
this dog talking about.
All good.
You get these niggas game.
But yeah, this constructing your crew, fellas, it is, and even the ladies out there. Ladies, you also got to watch out who you're, you feel me? Who you hanging out with, and sometimes misery loves company. That's one thing for the people that's watching this. Misery do love company. So if you surround yourself by people that aren't doing good, that is eventually gonna rub off on you. Even if you're being successful, I know a lot of the times it's like I've felt like this in the past, but I've just gotten rid of the feeling and the want, but. Sometimes when you glow up or blow up, whatever, you feel me, do good for yourself, you want to bring the people that you feel me, that you like and that you rock with up there with you. But sometimes it's like if they can't find a way to add value to the program, to the process, then it's like they're just gonna be a burden. They're just gonna be somebody who wants to withdraw from your success. And instead of help building the success, they just want to withdraw from it. So it is definitely imperative to sometimes, you want to do it once, but twice, 2 times, 4 times, 5 times, we can't do that. So, and not everybody wants to be somebody, but not everybody's capable of it. We all want love, but some people lack love, so they don't even know how to give love properly. But getting back to the book, one of the highlights in it that I liked, he was talking about a situation how he had a homeboy, or I think it was a cousin, either a homeboy or a cousin. He wanted to also do music, and this is when the time that 50 Cent was blowing up, and I think Get Rich or Die Trying was about to drop or something, and he was growing big buzz in the streets and in the community that they live in. And the homeboy, he wanted to get put on, and 50 Cent was willing to help him get put on, but he just kept doing things, whether he didn't take the studio serious, or he wasn't punctual with his time, or he was just bullshitting, and he worried more about chasing girls and, you feel me, being in the studio. And then years later, when they reconnected, he said that the homie or his cousin still blames him for his situation. And instead of trying to be successful, he tried to use me to be successful, and that's just doesn't work, brother.
Sure doesn't.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, this was a hard quote. He said, whenever you find success in life, there will be people who believe some of it belongs to them. Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing,
just an entitlement.
The only thing that I really feel like I owe my parents to is my parents never pushed me to, like, you need to get a job, you need to make money, you need to give me X amount for rent. They always let me kind of just, now I had to tell them what I wanted to be. So for example, the whole YouTube thing, okay, you could do the YouTube thing, but you need to, I'm not going to just keep paying for your life. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to go out and eat and around with your homies, you need to have a job if you want to go do that sort of thing. So I was never in a position to where I could still follow my dreams, quote unquote, but still I had to create some self-efficiency in my life. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing that I'll give it to my parents, that I know a lot of people, they say, I've heard a couple stories of like, yeah, bro, I couldn't follow my passion anymore because I had to go get a job and help moms with the rent. Yeah, I never faced no trials and tribulations like that. So that's one thing that, you feel me, it's always stuck. Now I take care of, you feel me, I take care of who needs to get taken care of. But that is also one thing that is always just stuck in the back of my head, that, damn, my parents, I never really got pushed to
be something.
Yeah, to be something. They always just kind of just let me have that a little bit of my own freedom.
Yeah.
But they also could trust that I'm not going to be a knucklehead. So maybe that was another reason. But
talks about, if you're going to maintain control of your team, you must make people respect the repercussions, even if it means ending a relationship. It's the same with a woman. I know a lot of dudes like when we talk about the ladies, but it's the same principle. Like, the ultimate level of respect is they gotta fear losing you. They gotta know you're willing to end the relationship if you're not being respected.
Yeah.
No matter what position you're in, when you make rules that benefit the collective good, you need to enforce them. Handle internal problems first.
I ain't gonna lie. I had to tell. I be having to tell, you feel me? That's a little bit of game that I utilize in my relationship. Like, baby, don't let your feelings determine how, you feel me, that household, you feel me, can be buried or you feel me, anything of that sort.
What you talking about?
Nigga, in this, don't let someone who's focused only on themselves ruin it for everybody else. So basically, you feel me, that I ain't gonna lie, that's a little bit of game that I've used in relationships in the past is, you feel me, don't be so focused on how you feel in the situation. Sometimes you gotta, you feel me, this is one, I ain't gonna lie, I gave Nick some good game God type shit. But it's like, you have to look at it, you have to look at yourself outside of yourself sometimes. And for people who can do that, I ain't gonna lie, you'll end up becoming special, because there's not a sense of, you want to be arrogant in a sense, but you want to be able to know when it's time to change lanes, you feel me, whatever it is that you need to change. But that was just something that I highlighted, that it just ignited a flame in me, when it's like, baby, don't ruin a situation just because, you feel me, you got temporary feelings.
Yeah.
I tell her, stick to the plan, not your feelings.
Real talk.
Baby, stick to your plan and you feel me, not your feelings. So if you worried about feeling good every single day, there's a guy out there that'll make you feel that, but I'm the right guy. And that's not gonna happen over here.
You will be miserable on this program.
You might have to be miserable for a week to get a year's worth of good times.
Mama, I had to be miserable for a year.
To get a lifetime. To get a lifetime.
To get a lifetime in this game. Bite down and hustle. When someone perceives themselves as disposable, any sense of loyalty is vanished. Instead of waiting for an opportunity, they're going to aggressively come after you when they think it's owed to them. Yeah, he's talking basically about how internal issues, people can try to turn on you when they feel as if they're disposable. Sometimes you got to feed the wolves so that you don't get ate. But yeah, a lot of good game in this book for sure, or this chapter specifically. But if you bring a bunch of wolves into your circle, you better damn sure feed them. Otherwise, the pack's gonna turn on you. You gotta provide encouragement. In order to maintain discipline and stability within your crew to be truly effective leader, you have to be able to motivate people and encourage people. That's one of the transitions. As you get kind of higher on the food chain, you might start off as a foot soldier, as a player, but then you kind of change roles into a coach.
Yeah.
Now you got to know how to motivate, how to inspire, how to get people to do this stuff for you. So it's different roles you can play, but knowing how to play each role.
And it says in there, you need to tailor a specific approach to every single person on your team in order to get the most out of them. You say that in multiple pods. You can't chew out every player on the team. You got to pull some to the side. You could chew him out. You got to praise him to, you feel me, get the most out of them. And that is a big thing and a key thing.
You can't have a one-size-fits-all mindset when it comes to leadership.
And it's like in relationships, it's like, you feel me, some girls do well with criticism. Some girls, you gotta big them up into the woman that you want them to be. So definitely gotta know these things.
Yeah, this is huge. Especially, you could use this, especially in regards to a girl. You cannot construct a team and then expect everyone to instinctively know the position they're supposed to play. So it's the same like with a girl. You can't have her come into your program and just expect her to know exactly how she's supposed to behave. That's why you gotta tell her, coach her, instruct her, give her game and guidance on how you want her to move, how she's supposed to move in situations. Now, some shit is self-explanatory, but it's like every relationship is tailor-made to your relationship. It's your situation, your program. So in order to get the best out of people around you, sometimes you have to clearly and forcefully articulate the opportunities you see for them. Chapter 4, knowing your value. It says, know your value, then add tax. It says, when I walk into a situation, I walk in with my aura screaming, give me the loot.
This was one thing that I highlighted that I liked, and I'm pretty sure you highlighted it yourself. You cannot, under any circumstance, compromise when it's your vision on the line. You can't compromise. Baby, this relationship, I can't compromise. No.
Can't do it.
You know why? Because this is the vision. I want us to be, you feel me, have a long-lasting relationship, family, this and that. I can't compromise my vision for it. I'm sorry, but you have to do that. You have to, you feel me, make dinner every other night with your clothes off. You have to. I cannot compromise it.
got a strict program.
Using that as an example. But
your worth is huge. He talks about, though, he says, every situation he walks into with that aura, give me the loot, right? But he says, but this can also sometimes grind a lot of situations to a halt. So understanding that, yeah, your confidence in certain situations, it can
rub people off the wrong way.
This is why one of the 48 laws of power, law number 1, never outshine the master. So yeah, you want to know your value, know your worth, and always carry yourself with confidence, but understanding not to offend or step on the wrong feet, step on the wrong toes. Understanding sometimes, and this is where humility comes in. You got to have all these different elements, all these different components to your personality, but knowing how to move.
I like this part of the chapter. The right deal is out there. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. And I highlighted in there. You do not make a commitment just because someone else wants you to. Baby, why would I give you a commitment? I'm not ready for that. I love you so much, but baby, I'm not ready. If you're ready, trust me, there's somebody out there that is ready for that.
I thought you love her, though, so much.
No, I do. But Jay has multiples. So it's like, sometimes it's like, I can't give you that. I love you. Now, but this is the only way I can love you. If you don't want to accept my love the way I want to give it, baby, that's fine.
We're not compatible?
We're just not compatible.
You said focus on the potential, not the payday. I'm going to quit focusing on that payday. Focus on the potential.
That is.
You focus on right now. I'm focused on legacy. It's a big difference.
Baby, don't worry about right now. I'm losing. We're down right now, but focus on my potential. I ain't gonna lie, that's something that a lot of girls do. Girls kind of got that shit figured out. They can see a potential in a man sometimes. Some of them know a potential. Sometimes. They see a potential first-round pick. They know how to keep them.
Says your first check you receive should never be your biggest concern. Always focus on long-term potential. And he basically gave an example on how he did that and how by focusing on the long-term potential, he made like a big play. It's just so much game in this book. This shit is just
God, I highlighted that too. First check you receive, boom.
I'd always recommend you go for a piece of equity over an upfront payday. That's something we was doing early.
Back in.
I don't want no payday, nigga. I want equity.
Back in.
Like, real talk. He said, I wasn't trying to create a planet. I wanted to create a universe. And in this, he's basically discussing creating real power. Some niggas just want to create it. He's trying to create a whole universe. He's thinking big term, big scale.
Yeah.
It's just so much game in this book. It's really just overflowing with game. I don't know if you niggas is really understanding right now what's going on.
I ain't gonna lie. This was a story that I liked in there. He was talking about a dude named Shy. I think he was like a producer of an album. But the dude, he wanted $50,000 up front to handle his project, and 50 was like, I don't got $50,000 to give you, but I give you a point off the album.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he didn't want it. So he wanted 50,000. So boom, he ended up giving him his 50,000. But if he would have kept that point, millions.
Yeah.
He negotiated himself into nickels and dimes due to his ego and insecurity and possibly lack of faith.
Yep.
He didn't care about the back end.
Mm-hmm.
He want that front end. So, sometimes,
Securing the best long-term potential is always worth making sacrifices in the moment. That's ultimately what that daily grind is. You're making a daily investment for the big win, for the big return. Talks about, there's a mini chapter in here titled "Just Do Shit, Just Do It."
I remember we've said that to each other when we first started doing the YouTube shit, and recently when we've been getting into the vlog bag. We just gotta do shit.
Just do it.
You can just pop outside and show them.
Real talk. We spend a lot of time waiting for permission to do shit instead of just making shit happen. I see a lot of parallels between how we moved in the crack game back then and how savvy people are moving on social media today. People move based on direct interaction, not on what a suit tells them to. The internet is making the gatekeepers much less relevant.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a film idea, and we've talked about this, I remember on a previous pod, but he's talking about if you have a film idea you're passionate about, you can literally shoot a movie with your smartphone. If your work is good enough and speaks to your audience, people will watch it. So it basically discusses that. Like, you don't have to wait for somebody to create an opportunity for you. There is no middleman with the internet now. If you have an idea, you can create it now. The greatest expense is time. If I don't have a receipt that I can get back the time I've put into something.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That is what you just now said. That's a great concept of people. If you just, I played a game for 5 hours. As soon as I'm done turning off the game, I get a receipt. I spent 5 hours playing the game, and how much did it cost? How much do I get back? $0. It starts to make you look at life like, damn, I just did all that for nothing. You know what I'm trying to say?
For just entertainment.
And it's like you could spend all your time, effort with this girl, and you get nothing. You get nothing in return that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So
Be mindful of getting a return on your investments.
I highlighted, a check is never more important than experience you value.
He said, don't sit around hoping somebody invests thousands and millions into your restaurant idea. Just start a food truck. Like, start somewhere. Start just, you feel me? Start something.
Some people think too big. I'm a proponent of thinking big, but sometimes, you know, in order to get big, we got to start small.
One of the reasons Eminem was so successful because he never chased things. He never let external forces tell him what to care about. Especially in today's society, you see this, how just everybody's always, they're letting I see people just following the wave, letting the external world kind of dictate what they're going to post, what they're going to post. They're moved so easily by the external forces. Money is the goal, but oftentimes in order to get it, you have to retrain your brain to value experience. Last discussion it talks about on this chapter is get it on paper. A final word on making sure you get your fair values, and make sure basically you get it written down on paper. Getting your agreements, promises, plans down on paper is a form of a contract that's essential. Never let your value rest on someone's word. Now, a lot of niggas might not be in this stage of life where they got to make sure shit's on paper.
Yeah.
But that's something to keep in mind. It's just good game to understand. Like, especially the bigger you get, the bigger things you dealing with, you don't let it just fall on a handshake or a, oh, I got you. No, let's get this shit in contract. Let's get it done the right way. Protect yourself. Put it on paper. Promises ain't worth shit. You got to get papered up. He talks about that. He said, trust me, everyone loves each other at the start. Once money start coming in, once this start coming in, let's see if nigga, but if it's on paper, you ain't got to worry about how they feel about you. It's on paper. See, when we just basing it off a handshake, I got to make sure you still love me and you still like me to get what I want. When it's on paper, when it's on contract,
you got to honor that contract. And that's why
consequences.
I put her on contract. Real talk. You got to do A, B, C, and D if you want to get A, B, and C from me. You got to clean, shut the up. Do everything that I tell you to do and be submissive if you want me to do this.
You got
the moment you don't want to, because don't get it wrong, we can void and terminate the contract at any point in time. That's the type of GM I am. I'll terminate the contract at any point in time.
Yeah.
But just know that there's repercussions.
Real talk.
There's a fine, a penalty.
Real talk.
Can you afford that penalty? You can't. So you might as well stick to the contract.
Chapter 5, evolve or die. Gotta know when it shifts.
Oh my goodness.
And know how to evolve. He said he's not interested in excuses. He's interested in analyzing information and coming to conclusions. Gotta know how to evolve. And like I say, this is something that he's done a lot.
Yeah.
Streets, music, vitamin water, video games. He's conquered many different avenues, TV shows, TV networks. Gotta know how to evolve.
And I like how he used his personal experience on how to evolve. You feel me? He said he came into the music game as the underdog. People love the underdog, but then he became an international success. They didn't see him the same way. Hip hop loves things that are damaged. He's no longer damaged, so he had to pivot. Okay, now I'm successful. How can I use my success? Okay, I'll take it into business. Businessmen respect success. Businessmen don't really want to be with the underdog. They want to be something that's guaranteed. That can bring monetary value. He was that at the time, so he used it. Great pivot.
Talks about Ice Cube, Method Man, all these people. Dr. Dre hit the jackpot with headphones. Ice Cube got into acting. Method Man got into acting. He said the public can never be wrong. This is another big key to understand, especially as a creator. He talks about how the public can never be wrong. When people don't respond to what you give them, they're telling you that they've moved on, loud and clear. If you don't hear them, then you're just not listening. So this is something to understand as a creator. Like, the audience are ultimately the consumer. They decide the market. They decide what they want to watch, hear, listen to, whatever it may be. So
facts.
You gotta listen to the audience. And there's a balance. You want to obviously create content that you want to make. And especially in today's society, there's an audience for anything.
Yeah.
But there's something you got to keep in mind. Like, your business relies on the audience, whether you making food, you making clothing, you making music, you making videos. It's relying on a customer. And when you really look around the world, everything is really just buyers and sellers. Like, somebody created this and we are a consumer of the product. Somebody made this camera. We are a consumer of the product. Somebody made that drink. We're a consumer of the product. And you just realize that's what everything is just, you're either a consumer or a creator. Now, what are you going to create? If you create a $5 coffee, $10 coffee, and this is when you start to really do the math, you start to realize making money ain't as hard as you thought it was. It's just a matter of finding something to create. So let's just say 1 million. Let's divide 1 million by, let's say 50, 20,000.
20,000.
Meaning if you sell a $50 product, all you need is 20,000 purchases and you got $1 million. Now, obviously 20,000 is a lot, but let's put that into perspective. Let's look at YouTube. We're easily getting 50K, 20,000 views, 50K views, 100,000 views.
Yeah.
So just imagine if you was able to convert these people into customers. If you sell one $50 product that many times, that's 1 million like that.
Yeah.
Now, let's take 1 million. This is the math they don't teach you in school because they don't want you to be an entrepreneur.
They don't want you to be financially literate.
You know what I'm saying?
The minorities are teaching you how to be financially literate right now.
You take $1 million, and if you just make a $100 product, you sell that 10,000 times, that's $1 million like that. So yeah, that might have been a $10 coffee or whatever, but these are all just products.
Yeah.
A book, he sold it. And that's the beauty of once you create a product is that you can sell it forever. He can forever sell this book. It's not like clocking in at McDonald's. You got to keep clocking in to get paid. You make this book one time and you can profit off of it thousands of times. He can sell this book thousands of times for years and years and years, keep selling this book. Then he can also make an ebook. Now he's getting paid off the same product in 2 different ways. So it just shows you how as a creator, you really understand that's what life is. Life is just creators and consumers. What are you going to create? So you got to think for yourself. Yeah, you might be in the rat race now, corporate America, but how do you find a way out the rat race? You got to find a way to make a creation. Now, most people, when they think of a creator, they think of typically either an entertainer like a musician or maybe a content creator or like a TV star or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's so many different products you can make. You just got to find a product to make. But that's what the world is full of. Just niggas products. Creating.
Find a way to
create a product.
Selling product and not just buying products.
Yeah. So, and like I say, when you start actually doing the math, you realize it's not as crazy as people thought it was. Like this, let's just say, what is this, a $20 book? All he needs is 50,000 purchases.
And I think to be a New York Times bestseller, you hit 100,000 sales.
It's like 50,000. Now, obviously, like I said, that is a lot. But when you put in that perspective, if you're able to grow an audience, if you're able to get, a lot of people have hit 50,000 views on TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, imagine if you can convert these into sales.
You got to build and make a product.
You got 3,000 followers. If each one of those 3,000, you know what I'm saying? Once you start doing the math like this, it makes a little bit more sense. If you got 3,000 followers on Instagram, if you can get each one of them to buy a $100 product, that's 300,000. And that's the beauty about a product. You can continually sell it. They can keep selling that coffee every day. He can keep selling this book every day. And the audiobook. That's the same content, the same dope. 2 different ways. Said, I'm nothing if I'm not observant. And I spent a lot of time paying attention to my fans over the years. Said, I made music. I knew that it would connect to their lifestyle. When he was young, he was making music knowing, okay, they could relate to this. Then as he got older, he started to make shows around themes that would speak to an older audience. So he understood that his audience was everything. His consumer, his customer. Okay, I'm going to make music that relates to you when you're young. When you get older, I'm going to make this TV show that relates to you now that you're older. A lot of times niggas do this in the content field. When they're younger, they creating vlogs or more so fast-paced shit. Then they get older, and that's why you see a lot of niggas, when they retire from the league, what do? Hop on a podcast.
Yeah.
Relate more so to the older audience that might sit around and kind of just want to consume content that they listen to.
Yeah.
So you see it all around. You just got to be observant.
Basically, he was talking about the feeling of being young. What is young? What is old? He said, basically, being young is being open to new experiences, willing to take chances, new topics. You're young. That's what it means to be young. When you're old, if you're set in your ways, think you've already learned all that there is to know, you're dying now.
Yeah, you're getting stagnant.
So, never be afraid to, hear 2 cents. You might get $1 out of it.
Expanding your mind through your circle. He said, if money ain't changing, you ain't made enough.
Oh my gosh. What did you just say?
If money ain't changing you, you ain't made enough. He said, when you making real money, a lot of things change. And the most important things is the type of people that you hang with. Friends that have dramatically changed how I see the world through sharing their experiences, insights, and philosophies. It just goes to show you how basically people are your greatest resource, your greatest assets. By you giving me game, I can learn lessons that and this is ultimately what parenting and mentors and people do, is they basically give you game and wisdom that you don't have to go through the firsthand experience and trauma to understand the game. That's why law number 1, 40 laws of power, never outshine the master. By having mentors or OGs that can put you on game, that you don't got to get heartbroken to see, okay, this is what the signs of a hoe. You don't got to this and that to see, okay, this is what this leads to. So
God.
expanding your mind through your circle, not only knowing how to construct a strong crew, but having your crew being able to strengthen you and expand your mind. Powerful.
Changing up. Real talk. I don't tell her I changed up. I got my millions up. Got my billions up. I got my game up. That's why I don't put you no more. My game is different.
Game is everything. He talks about this. He says, your time is never wasted when you gathering information. This is why I'll always prioritize information over a check. Information, game, knowledge, wisdom. It's all ultimately
That's
what game
what they're
is.
here for right now.
Knowledge, wisdom.
I put in there expanding your mind through your circle. I put on there Nick did this to me.
What do you do?
On God, nigga expanded my mind to a whole, you feel me? Gave me nigga some YouTube game. He might have gained some, you feel me, some stylish type shit. He gave me some game in the NFL and this and that. You feel me? Expand yourself.
Chapter 6. We only got a few more left. Power of perception.
Started this for a reason, brother. I got it. The world will see you the way you see you and treat you the way you treat yourself. And Beyonce said that I don't typically listen to or want to hear what the women have to say, but Beyonce was in her bag on that one. I can't front. I can't lie. She was in her bag on that one. How you see yourself is how the world's gonna see you. If you treat yourself that way, that's how they're gonna treat you. If you walk around with, you feel me, 200 pounds overweight, they not gonna take you serious.
Power of perception. He talks about 50 Cent is the perception. Curtis Jackson is the reality. I can now use the persona of 50 Cent to my advantage to both protect and elevate Curtis Jackson. Greatest fear many people have is just being themselves. Everybody's wearing masks, trying to act like something they not. Presenting the best possible version of yourself is going to have an incredible impact on your success. Influencing how people perceive you doesn't make you fake. It doesn't make you phony. It makes you someone who knows how to control energy to your advantage. Imagine your energy as being like water.
Harnessing the energy of how you are perceived in the same way, the fundamental essence of who you are doesn't change. You are just using its innate power in a smarter way. Oh yeah, how I said that one was basically it made me think of, you don't work out. Have the perception and have the mentality of a bodybuilder. What does a bodybuilder do? They eat correctly and they work out. So if you're fat and overweight, think of yourself like a bodybuilder and you will just be a bodybuilder. If you feel like, you feel me, you're not being a good parent or a good dad, whatever it is, have the embodiment of a good father, and this is what a good father does. So now, therefore, you're a good father.
Talks about the first thing I set out to change was my physical makeup. When it comes to controlling and shaping your perception, that's one of the first things you can change is your physical makeup, your body. Going to the gym, putting the right food into your body. He said, I liked how my body could sway how people felt about me. If other males weren't outright intimidated, they treated me with more respect. A lot of women were attracted not only as eye candy, but to what my muscles said about me. I said that I was somebody who was disciplined. That's something that having a nice body can do. Gets you more respect from men and women. It makes women more attracted to you. So projecting the right appearance, not only changing your appearance, but also projecting the right appearance. He said there are certain material goods, cars, clothes, whatever, that can signal to other people that you're someone who should be taken seriously, that you're different from the rest of the herd. We talked about this all the time.
And that's something that, you know how they say it's not on you, it's in you. But sometimes when it's on you for so long, it starts to become you. So it's just like building up those little wins. Eventually those little wins creates this ego in you that cannot be swayed, cannot be, you feel me, retracted from. So, you feel me? Sometimes when you work out, when you got a fresh haircut, it's like having that fresh haircut. That shit is powerful. I remember in high school, I used to come to the fresh, you feel me, fresh fade straight to school, and I don't even say nothing. I just look at them. They just look, stop and stare.
Presentation speaks loud. Presentation speaks before you do. Understanding that you are being judged, but accept that you can control how you're perceived and you can prepare to have the best presentation as possible. We're all being judged constantly. So take some control and understand you can have a control into how people are perceiving you.
And on 178, I like that this analogy or the story that he was using of just when talking to somebody, or you feel me, you on a date with a girl, or you want your parents to do something. One of the tactics that he used was just touch them, you feel me, ever so gently on the forearm.
No physical touch.
A little bit of physical touch, and it helps distract them, and it makes them feel a little warm. Just a little touch. Not too aggressive, not too much in a sensual, sexual way, but just a little touch, just a little nudge to just, you feel me, get that point across, and they'll, you know, they might be more likely to do what you want them to do.
So he talks about when it comes to perception, not only changing your physical presentation, how you're presenting yourself, but also he talks about if I want to control the energy of the room, the first thing he said, if I want to control the energy of the room, the best thing I can do is give off the least gangster energy possible. If people were expecting me to radiate aggression and arrogance, I gave them humility instead. I smiled a lot. I even sometimes seemed a little shy. Basically, understanding the power of likability. This goes back to that charm. Being likable, being friendly, knowing how to move in a room and make people kind of welcome you in. When you give off that aggressive, quote unquote, gangster energy, that's off-putting. Yeah. That's typically met with confrontation, or just either a confrontation if another person has that same energy, or it just can make people uncomfortable and not really want to be around you. And this is why a lot of times, a lot of the most quote unquote gangster type niggas, they don't really get as far in life, is because people don't want to be around that type of shit. But when you can do a little bit of both, like that energy is necessary in hostile environments or a crazy environment, or if you in the streets, for example. But when you can be friendly and radiate that friendliness, that likability, that charm, you can get so far in life. By controlling the energy in the room, I learned I'd have much easier time setting my agenda. Subconsciously, people will grow more agreeable and receptive to whatever it is he wanted to do. Why? Because he was likable. He was charming. Powerful tool.
Also, he says in there, like, he already had the perception of the gangster being 50 Cent. Yeah. So when they see a different side of him, it's like, oh, this guy's actually like a likable, I could do business with this guy. So it is definitely powerful.
He said another way to subtly control the energy in a room is by talking softly. He said whenever you're around a lot of people and everyone's trying to be heard, the secret is to speak as softly as possible. Yeah. Oftentimes they hear you more the less you say. And then it's like, so he's touching it on all elements, just the power of perception. He also talks about how a lot of executives, they respond to nonverbal cues when they're in a room. It could be a laugh, a slight nod, a raised eyebrow, even a shift in the seat, something that communicates to them, yes, important person, I'm receiving your information. It goes back to 48 Laws of Power, never outshining the master. Knowing how to be a good student, you'll have people who want to mentor you, want to teach you, especially when you're able to give them those nonverbal cues. So when someone, quote unquote, important is talking to you, giving them those nods or those smiles or those, just giving them that confirmation, that validation of like, quote unquote, like he says, yes, important person, I'm receiving your information. The fastest way to climb the ladder of success is when someone pulls you up. So when you have someone in a position higher than you who's giving you game, the best thing to do is to validate them, make them want to continue teaching you. That's where sometimes the knowing your value, that confidence, that arrogance can rub people off the wrong way because they don't know how to be a good student. You gotta know how to do both. Talks about faking it till you make it.
He says some clean things in there. One thing that I highlighted was so as long as you project the confidence and energy of someone successful, it's only a matter of time before true success finds you.
Real talk. I highlighted the same shit. We're on the same page.
And one of the stories that I like that he used, this was during the time where CDs and all that was being made. So if people were bootlegging your CD, that means your shit was popping. Like your shit wanted to be seen before it hits the market. So he said one of the tactics that he used in there was he would create bootleg CDs, give them to the people that would sell the bootleg CDs, and it created a buzz through him throughout the city around the streets, and it made labels want to do business with him. Before he even was 50 Cent, he created the perception of 50 Cent. So he already came into the building with leverage.
Powerful. This, you can apply this to the ladies. It says, one of the little pieces of game he gave, he said, act like you don't need it. Another technique you can employ to get something you want is to act like you don't actually need it. It's a technique that requires finesse and unshakable confidence. But that's one of the biggest elements of the game. Like, it's really a power move to act as if you don't need it. Understand you can only seek what you lack. So if I'm acting as if I don't need it, it implies I already got it. I don't need because I got.
Oh God! Another way. This is one thing when we were filming with in the last vlog. Old girl, she kept saying that I was hella nonchalant. It's just, it kind of goes back to you don't need it. Like I'm cool either way. You want to do that? You don't want to do that? I'm fine. I'm fine regardless.
Yeah. Talks about how he says men don't become truly sexy until our success is publicly noted. Women are attracted to the stability that comes with money and fame. I'm not talking about gold diggers or groupies either. It's something that all women are attracted to. It says, I never lost sight of the reality that my sexiness will always be tied to my success. And so something that he's had to always face was like the idea that she want 50 Cent or Curtis Jackson. That's something that you will experience the more successful you become, but it's just part of life. It's like an attractive girl. Does he want me, or does he just want to have sex with me?
Yeah.
Just comes with the game. Let me change this battery real quick.
Another thing that I liked in there when he was talking about what I'm attracted to, he says he's never had the issue connecting with the opposite sex, and he says it's probably because I've always been comfortable with myself. That's probably some things that a lot of guys go through is they can't find a way to connect with other women because they have a hard time connecting with themselves. They don't identify themselves as somebody who's worth connecting with. They don't feel too highly of themselves. So why would the woman think highly of you when you don't even think highly of you?
Mm-hmm.
So
makes sense.
Those little wins of working out and eating correct, those can build up the confidence and just make you feel more, you feel me?
Yeah. He said, I've learned the term, quote unquote, husband is really just another way of saying my serious boyfriend. I view marriage as a business deal and not a particularly good one for the one coming into the relationship with the most money. Now, most of you niggas probably ain't got to worry about that.
You have to worry about it if you keep watching these pods and subscribe to this Patreon.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It looked a little blurry at first, but I think it's doing what it should be.
Let people be honest about themselves. People show you who they are. You just got to listen. Talks about how he wants different people on his team. This goes back to constructing your team.
Yeah.
He wants people who don't always seek out conflict, but can get things in other ways. He wants both types. Niggas who are comfortable with conflict. Some people who might not want to be in confrontational situations. He just needs to know who is who. As a leader, I have to empower the people under me to be who they are. If you're not a street guy, or you ain't got to be a street guy, but if you're not a tough guy, that's fine. I need to put you in the best position to be who you are. If you are a tough guy, you need to be in the best position to be a tough guy. Multiple different pieces on the chessboard. You got pawns, you got rooks, you got knights, bishops. Put people in the best position to play their role.
You know my favorite piece on the chessboard? Which is the one that can make the L?
That's the knight.
The knight?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the knights.
Now this is where I've read up to. I haven't read anything further, so you're gonna have to carry us in the last 2 chapters. Finish up the questions and calls next pod.
So chapter 7, if we can't be friends. This was a clean chapter and a clean perspective of if we can't be friends. Basically, you can add value to my life. Just because we can't be friends doesn't mean that you can't add value to me. So he would make competition, quote unquote, enemies, even though they didn't have no real beef, but just somebody in an opposing side, we can be mutually beneficial to each other. I like one of the stories that he used in there was Oprah Winfrey, a powerful enemy, a very powerful enemy, and he used Kanye West in these for example of him creating confrontation. Oprah and Kanye had their own demographics. They would talk crap about me, and therefore it would put more eyes on me. So you feel me? Whatever projects that he's working on, it would make more attention for it. So that was a clean way that he would utilize if we can't be friends. And he says in there, competition brings the best out of people. So you know that is and he used Ferrari. I didn't even know Ferrari and Lamborghini. They was 2 completely different type of companies before they were car companies, and then they used each other to, you feel me, propel themselves in the luxury automotive business. But that was but I definitely like the bridge is over. I highlighted that. Listen to that song, good song.
One thing he discusses on here, it says, don't keep your competition afloat. That's something a lot of times people can do unconsciously. Is basically by being a rival with somebody, you're kind of keeping them relevant. Just being aware that you don't want to keep your competition alive by breathing life into them, by competing with them.
Yeah.
Knowing when to basically end the competition.
Oh, this was I think we said it in previous couple hours before, but writing those ideas down protects you against the idea getting lost. Write things down. Keep a pen, keep a paper, keep a whiteboard on you just in case, you feel me? I've done that a lot. I've had like thoughts at night. I never put them in my notes.
And you forget them?
And I forget them. Chapter 8, learning from your L's. Mistakes are a fact of life. It is a response to the error that counts.
Got 2 chapters left. Learning from your L's. I mean, it seems pretty self-explanatory, but
yeah, using
your L's as learning lessons.
Your L's are where your greatest instructions will always be found.
Your greatest teachers, your losses.
We've had so many L's throughout this whole YouTube journey. Got deleted multiple times. Reconstructed the content a little bit. One of the segments, he was admitting that you're wrong. Gave a good little description of a time that he admitted when he was wrong, but I put in there Friends and associates feel like they have the freedom to offer constructive criticism, tell you about yourself. So basically, he's saying, be able to keep people around you that aren't yes men or women and be able to accept some constructive criticism in life. Because you feel me? But he also talked about it's only certain people that you can accept it from. There's only certain people that in your life that could be genuine and they really want your true best interest at heart and not just telling you things to try to manipulate you into what they want you to be.
Chapter 9, this is the last chapter, the entitlement trap.
There is joy in work. There is no happiest except the realization that we have accomplished something. Henry Ford, if you do not know who Henry Ford is, when you're driving your Ford Fusion, your Ford Focus, just know you're driving Henry Ford. That's who Henry Ford is. And this is something that I highlighted that I've said this in so many countless videos. It says, I've always gotten more pleasure out of an assist than scoring on my own. I've always gotten more pleasure out of an assist than scoring.
Is that right?
If I was a basketball player, I'd get probably 20 assists a game.
You throw assists. You throw a lot of lobs.
A lot of lives.
You're known for that.
Like, that's one thing that I've noticed. Nobody hated the person that got the assist. When you accept that it's all on you, only then can you finally be free to focus 100% on being the best version of yourself. When you realize it's all just on you to get to your physical goals, your mental goals, your financial goals, that's when you realize you have to really just focus on you. That's selfishness. You talked about that in multiple pods. The best thing that you acquired in life was being selfish.
There's one question you must ask about every person in your life, no matter how long you've known them. Does he or she make deposits into my life, or do they only make withdrawals?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, that's powerful. Something that we discussed several times.
I like this one. You can only get true fulfillment and happiness from an enjoyment that the achievement you made happen yourself. He was given an example of, if we climb up the mountain and there's a difference in enjoyment from the person that's driving the car compared to the passenger. To climb up that mountain, you had to be a very good driver, a very tactical driver to get up that mountain, but the passenger, it's just they accomplish the same thing, but they see two different perspectives of it. It was a clean quote, good perspective that he shared on there. This was he was giving background and he was sharing how he travels to different countries, and he was basically saying in the U.S. there's a lot of resentment towards people's jobs. People don't come in 15 minutes early compared to people overseas. They clock in 30 minutes early just to get ahead of the game, to show that their boss that they take their job serious, they're punctual. But he was saying basically in America, everybody clock in 2-3 minutes late, clock in right at 6 o'clock. And the entitlement trap, they feel like they're bigger, that they should be getting paid more than what they're actually getting paid. And also, you feel me, that goes into the entitlement trap. Oh, and I ain't gonna lie, this was, where is it at? This was hard. He talked about, it made me really think about, so instead of hustling harder, they stopped caring. Basically, he was talking about slavery. Jay isn't the biggest history buff. I'm only telling you what the book is telling me. That one of the long-lasting effects that slavery had on African Americans, people worked 300 years and didn't see no progress. They didn't climb no ladder. They just stopped caring. They just stopped giving a fuck. And that mentality basically gets passed down from generation to generation. It sticks into people's mindsets, different types of entitlement, feeling like you can never, or you're never going to make something happen for yourself, or someone else is gonna have to do it for you. I ain't gonna lie. I put Big Beto down there. That nigga, I ain't gonna lie. That was one of the thoughts that I remember when we were going through it.
Big Beto's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Really kids at home.
And it made me actually look at his channel last night. He hasn't posted in a long time. But this was a thought that I had when we first started doing the YouTube thing. Was I felt like it was so unachievable, maybe because I didn't look at myself so highly. So is like it was so unachievable to make it by yourself that was like, nah, I couldn't do it. To where it's like you have to have somebody put you on. You know what I'm trying to say?
You felt as if you needed somebody to put you on?
Yeah, needed somebody to put you on because I didn't look at myself that highly. It wasn't a sense of I need somebody to put me on because I'm too lazy to make it. I just didn't look at myself like that's an attainable goal.
And Big Beto was the stepping stone.
Could have been. He could have been.
For those who don't know, basically, when we was on the come up, had like probably 10,000 subscribers. The first like big YouTuber we met, it was random, but met him at Walmart, was a YouTuber named Big Beto, this Asian dude with like 100K plus subscribers. And he was real friendly to us, showed us some love. We were like, oh, we're YouTubers also, whatever. But anyway, we had like exchanged numbers, and he had basically mentioned he would like collab with us. He was willing to collab with us, and so we thought we're gonna make it because Big Beto's gonna collab with us.
Yeah.
We never collabed.
And I guess we still never made it.
But shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him.
First like big YouTuber that we met. Definitely it was inspiration, like just seeing another big YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
And just the idea that we might collab. But, you know, ultimately it was a blessing because we really just got it out the mud. Didn't have no handouts. Ain't nobody help us. We didn't get no shout outs. We just really had to learn how to get it on our own.
You said that one.
That's so powerful. Are they making a deposit or withdrawals? So big. So big. I think that's just the foundation of just everything. When you just look at all elements of life. Is this a good investment or bad investment?
Yeah.
Am I getting a return on my investment?
This was he used a good analogy in there, and this is probably how girls think about shit. Is like, would you go to an ATM that kept spitting out free money just the one time? No. You would go back every day. They gonna keep giving me $500 for free. I'm gonna keep on doing it.
Yeah.
That's how, you feel me? That's how
they treat the guy friend.
Bro, that's just relationships in general. They'll
take advantage of you if you allow them to.
Until you shut them down, they will keep taking and taking until there's nothing left. You will go bankrupt with the wrong person.
Givers have to draw a line because takers will never draw a line. They just keep taking. Yeah, good game for sure. Universal game.
Oh, this is what he was. I think he was saying what he values as exchange.
Not all forms of revenue is monetary.
Yeah.
Sometimes the revenue might be upbeat energy.
Yeah.
Someone who's helpful, someone who's punctual, someone who's creative. So this goes back to even when we was talking about the whole love or monetary. It's like what it is that you value doesn't have to be necessarily money.
Yeah.
This person might have upbeat energy, good energy, punctual, creative. You know, there's different things that you could value or you might that they're depositing into your life.
But yeah, that was everything that I put in there. But
at the end of the book, there's basically like another little quick summary of every chapter. Yeah. Exceptional book. So for those who didn't necessarily, if you don't remember each chapter at the end, it basically finishes off with a great summary. Just an exceptional book. A lot of good games. So much good game.
Great book.
Just to quickly go over the last thing, it says be fearless, cultivate the heart of the hustler, build a strong crew, know your value, evolve or die, shape perception, don't be afraid to compete, learn from your L's, and avoid the entitlement trap. Just so much game within this book. Powerful book.
Yeah, this was a good read. I think this might have been, because the laws, I didn't read all the laws. This was the first book, I think the second book, or the third book, one of them. But I read every single page of this. Every single page of this is so far second favorite book. I don't think nothing's gonna top that.
Nice Guy. You like that Nice Guy?
That Nice Guy is so hard. If y'all ain't bought that book, this was a great read, great book.
That's the beauty of books, is that you're ultimately kind of being able to kind of enter their mind, get a lot of the game and wisdom from 50. Yeah. Even though we've never met him personally, we talked about this several times, being able to pick your mentors. This was already got hella lengthy, so we'll do the questions and like the little call-in show for the next pod. That should be smooth. But yeah, this was great. This was great. Stay tuned for more content to come.
Appreciate y'all.
One day at a time, man. Just conquer life.
Today.
That's all you got, man. Just be productive.
Realize that.
Focus. Your attention is your greatest currency, so just be mindful where you giving your attention. Where you investing your attention, are you getting a good return on your investment? Stay tuned for more content to come.